Hello, my steerers. How are you doing? I don't y'all want to know, Virgo, the mysterious sign. They're very mysterious. What are you thinking, Virgo? You act one way, but you do. It's like, is it y'all bipolar, tripolar, or what is the way of Virgo thinking? What are y'all thinking? I mean, you have that earth quality, and y'all so manly. I got like if you're a male Virgo, it's like you're like that man. If you're a female Virgo, you're like that woman. You gotta be a Virgo. You understand what I'm saying? But sometimes I get kind of loony bin at the same time. So what goes through your mind? How do you think, Virgo? Hey, Empress. Virgo. Y'all already know we're going to do the good, the bad, and the ugly. We're going to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. Y'all might not like some of the ugly stuff. And the videos that I put up there, make sure y'all go check the videos out. Go check their channel out. Go check their channel. But these people that I choose to talk about it, they are like very good. And then I always put my spin on it too. I add in, I take out, you know how it go. But Virgo, what's on your mind? What is on your mind? You have a mysterious type of mind. Very mysterious. Let's check it out. Let's start with what makes Virgo Virgo. Let's go. We're going to stop before we get to Virgo. We're going to start with just the man. Understanding a Virgo man. If you got a Virgo man, open your ears. Open your ear, unclog your ears like right now, so you know how to understand your man and find out what is on his mind. Let's go.
Okay. Today we're going to discuss Virgo. Virgo is crazy. Virgo is something else. Okay? No. He's the magician. The trickster. The voodoo master. Kokokasa.
Hey, Caroline.
Virgo is the shaman. The witch. The sorcerer. The high priest. The magus. He represents the magician in the tarot card. You know, he's the court jester. You know, he's the one that laughs at everything and at everyone. He laughs at himself. He laughs at life. Virgo represents mutable earth. So the earth itself, you know, the deeper you go, it's black. That's cardinal earth. That's Capricorn. Good stuff only grows from nitrogen or the nitrate in the soil, and it's black, like phosphorus, deep in the earth. But as you go further up the surface, the color of the earth turns brown or mocha, you know, or light or dark chocolate. Not as dark like coffee of the black earth. This kind of earth is a little bit more sweeter, more palatable, not as intense and raw as the black earth. So mutable earth represents the molting, changing morphology of the earth. The earth looks different in the winter than it does in the summer, than it does in the spring, than it does in the fall and winter, right? The topography changes. The trees are no longer green. Now there are no leaves. The grass is no longer green. It's brown, or just dead. And to the next cycle of spring, where everything begins to grow new again. Earth vibrates at its lowest vibration of life. The life wave, which defines our Earth, our solar system, the stars, is at its lowest vibration on the Earth. But it's necessary because we have this very low vibration. It's why you can have insects and creepy crawlers of the earth able to live inside the earth, like worms and roaches and rats. They can live inside the earth if the vibration is too high. Like when there's an earthquake, animals can sense when there's an earthquake. Okay? That's mutable earth. The animals come out. You see more insects out into the yard, or rats coming out suddenly. When you see that, or ants, that means that the earth is shaking. The ants, the insects, they feel it first before we do. Then there's an earthquake.
Check out Fernando.
But if you were observant of nature, because the devil is always in the details, and that also falls under Virgo, you will be able to have taken notice that something was about to jump, something was about to happen. Virgo can sense these things around him. He's pulling that psychic intuition, because a lot of Virgos don't like to talk about it. But many Virgos have a psychic intuition.
See?
Like they know. I don't know why they know. And they choose really not to discuss it because they are afraid that it might embarrass them if they talk about it. So they choose to dismiss it. But Virgo can be intensely perceptive, intensely intuitive. He is like a computer.
Yeah.
He'll look right into you and know exactly what's going on. Just by pure observation. Virgo doesn't like to rely on emotion. He feels that emotions can cloud his judgment. Maybe so. Possibly so. I think a better explanation would be that he's terrified of what he will find if he allow himself to really, really be open to these forces. You see, Virgo is drawing from its opposite side, which is Pisces, which is the sign of the seer. So every single Virgo has in his psyche a certain level of psychic perception and intuition and capability. So too does the earth have this same mechanism. Okay? You don't tell me that when you step outside on a cloudy day, in fact, you don't even have to know that it's cloudy. You kind of sense it. Your body tells you. How many people claim of having back pains the minute that it gets cloudy? Right? The minute that you hear a thunderstorm, all of a sudden you're getting aches and pains.
I keep telling you guys time and time again, when you are concentrating on your sign, you must try to learn a little bit of your partner's sign, because sometimes you draw from your partner's sign, which a lot of people don't tell you. They just tell you about you. They don't tell you what you can pick up from your partner sign, or as they call it in astrology world, your polar opposite. But you can't, y'all might be on the opposite of the line, but it's still one line and it's the same line. So y'all sharing the line. Hey, Miss Rad. So y'all sharing the same line. So like I said, if you are dealing, we're going to do the good, the bad, and the ugly, because we want to know I want y'all to really know how Virgos gets down. How they get down for the crown. How they get down. What's in Virgo's mind? What it is in Virgo's mind is what you see of Virgo and what's in their mind are two different things. So when you got one that's spiraling out of control, that's when you see how their mind really works. They could be some dangerous people. The thoughts that they have could be some dangerous thoughts, honey. Oh, thank you. That's right. Watch some ads, baby. Watch some ads. So, like I said, what is in Virgo's mind? If you have one, it's good to know these things. And it's not just the purpose of these videos. It's because you want to get along with people. And you always want to keep a mental note of who you're talking to. Because if you got two friends, and let's say one is an air sign and one is an earth, you could tell both of them the same exact thing. You're going to get two different responses and two different reactions. Or why one may act this way or one may act the other way. And sometimes people like to learn these things, hey Roxy, but at the end of the day they forget it. They tend to forget. They don't use it. It's like they know the information, but when they're dealing with people, they automatically forget the information. So if you remember this information, then you can kind of understand, okay, this is what I'm dealing with. I see why they act the way they act. And I know how I am. I know how I am. So let me try this another way, or maybe you'll learn how to conquer people. But people always forget that. You can talk about a sign all you want. And you can know everything about a sign. I can bring up we could be talking about this Virgo like right now. And you can learn everything about Virgo. But the minute you meet a Virgo and you talk to a Virgo, you're going to forget this. You're going to forget everything you just learned. Because people don't apply it. People, or like when you see certain stars on TV, like you would like to know why that, like you see like Crazy Soldier Boy, like people, he acts exactly to what his sign contains. But I will explain to you about Soldier Boy at another time. Or you see somebody like a Chris Brown, you know, you can say, okay, they act that way because that's Earth element. You just see these people and you know, and you don't start putting the pieces together. So the thing is learning how to put the pieces together for people that surround you and people who you see and people who you even may meet. You want to keep putting the pieces together. Having the knowledge and not putting the pieces together when you're dealing with people defeats the purpose. But let's finish figuring out what's in Virgo's mind. What's in your mind, Virgo? What you thinking? What you thinking about, Virgo?
Because your bones feel it because of the barometric pressure, the barometer. This stuff is real. Oh God, that's just a little bit too tight. You know what I'm saying? You know, the earth and her nature, her temperament, her climate lets us know through our bodies. It's a beautiful and an intimate connection our bodies, our spirit has with nature. I tell you that when it's about to rain, I start getting back pains. I've always been like that, even when I was younger. It could be coming to it. Sometimes I could be walking down the street and I can smell like a certain salt. Don't you feel like a salt in the air? A salt. And then all of a sudden, an hour or so, it begins to rain. You know, Virgos can be very perceptive and very in tune with nature's vibrations. So too does the Virgo man vibrate in that same kind of energy dynamic. Virgo men come in 4 types. You have the shy guy, you got the gigolo, you got the con artist, and you got the thug. The shy one, the gigolo, the con artist, and the thug. And they're all the same. You would think that only one of the four is bad and the other ones are more or less okay. Because at the end of the day, most people like Virgos. But the thing is that you have to understand that Virgo represents mutable earth. Now, what does that mean in reference to the personality and the ego of a Virgo man? Well, very simple. I myself am a Virgo, Fernando, and you see me with different guises on YouTube. I fit any role I choose. Virgo is the natural chameleon. We fit many roles, as you can see, and I'm not afraid if I appear too fat, too skinny, too old, too young, too high, too fucked up, whatever. Virgo doesn't care. This is mutable earth. This is the power behind Virgo.
Yeah.
As an earth sign, it can shape shift. Oh, you don't like me as solid rock? Then I'm going to change into sand, into silicone.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't like me that way? Well, then I'll turn into grass. Oh, you don't like me that way? Well, then let me go into the shores of the ocean and define the coral reefs. Okay? Virgo is the aspect of earth which represents beauty, variety, versatility. Do you know how many species of weeping willows there are on the planet? How many birch trees there are on the planet? Do you know how long the trees have been on this planet?
Okay, Caroline.
Can you name it in millions of years or in billions? Did other civilizations exist on the earth that we can claim proof by finding the fossils on the earth, embedded right in the earth? The earth is a living, breathing entity. It has a vibration of its own. It has a life pulse, no different than our own pulse as humans and as every other plant, animal, mineral species on this planet. The earth undergoes and has undergone many rebirths, from the Polarian epoch to the Hyperborean epoch to the Lemurian epoch to the Mesozoic epoch. You see, the earth has moved throughout millennia, shaping itself. There was once, it was only one continent on the planet, Pangea. Now we got 7 continents. It wasn't like that always. Sometimes there was 2 continents. Sometimes there was no continents. It was just molten lava, like in the Polarian epoch. The earth is old, and it has gone through many transformations in its history, in its 4.5 billion year history. And if we have been here that long, and we have evolved as a human species 4.5 billion years, if we go with Darwinism and evolution, and we have gotten to this point, can you imagine the versatility, the variety inherent on the planet and in every single one of us? That means that there is no end to our expression, to our versatility, because we have 4.5 billion years of experience on this planet. Virgo represents that timeline of experience. So when you're dealing with a Virgo man, understand that he has already lived many lifetimes, and that he's not new at this game. And of the 4 types, all of them are here to have a good time, but in different ways, in totally different ways. Now, the shy Virgo is the Virgo that is completely methodical. He follows his life on a book, by a book, a schedule. Now we got cell phones and Androids and iPhones. So now Mr. Shy Virgo, which we also have a nickname for him for those of us who are 50 and up, Bob Newhart. Remember Bob Newhart? For those of you that are my age, the millennials ain't gonna know. But Google Bob Newhart. It was a comedy show in the 70s. Very funny. Very, very funny. And Bob Newhart was the typical Virgo. He went to work, he got up, brushed his teeth, had his breakfast and toast, got his briefcase, walked out the door, walked diligently, almost like a robot, to work. Sat down, said hello to the secretary. She went out, got him some coffee, and that's how his day went. Day in, day out. Kind of meat and potatoes, kind of dry, kind of bland, predictable, not exciting, kind of uneventful. But that kind of silent Virgo, the quiet type, the shy type, has a dark side.
Ha ha ha! What are you thinking?
He has a dark side.
Mm-hmm.
And that dark side is that this is the type of Virgo that will step out in the middle of the night. Or will say that he's in a conference, but he's in a hotel room with some woman. Or maybe even some man. Because there's a lot of bisexual tendencies in Virgo. Pulling from Pisces, the opposite polarity of the sign of the bisexual. So Virgos can be the type of man that can be making 6 figures. And he goes with a suit to work. Let's say Wall Street. And then after he gets off work, he goes into this special clubs where he will have to pay $1,000 to go in. And you pay $10,000 a year membership. Remember, Virgo represents Earth, and Earth is the element of money. All the Earth signs have money, or have the capability of making money, attracting money to it.
That is true.
So Virgo is another sign that's very easy in being responsible with money and obtaining money. And this man can go into this club and experience a golden shower or a brown shower. Get involved in very, 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 very kinky sex. Even almost sadistic at a hefty price. And then when it's all over and done, they walk out with their suits and go to their homes, to their wives, to their seemingly very ordinary, sedentary life. This is the shy one, the quiet one. Then you have the gigolo. I'm just a gigolo. This gigolo looks like something like how I'm dressed, where he uses his body and his sensuality to get what he wants. He's a hustler. He hustles his way through life. He hustles his way through women's hearts and in their panties. And then can leave a trail of devastation. This is the type of man that's a good lay and a lot of fun. And that this is a Taurus decan of Virgo. And he can be extremely selfish, inconsiderate, thoughtless, and non-caring. He'll be very materialistic. He'll be about getting paid. He gotta get paid. You want this chocolate? You gotta pay. Oh, there's some guys like that. And Virgo is like that. Oh yeah, because he thinks he's all that in a bag of chips. So if you want all of this, you better take care of me, right? Yeah. He could be like a little woman in him. And be just as entitled and demanding as a woman could be. He has a silver tongue. He knows how to hit that spot. And in more ways than what I'm saying. Because he knows how to say what he needs to say with those sweet nothings. And then in the bedroom, well, you know the rest. So this man makes it his business to be completely a Casanova, like Mr. Sagittarius. Virgo is also the Casanova, the American gigolo, the hustler, and the go-go dancer. And even if he doesn't do these activities, you will swear that he is, or that he has had some experience with that, because the way he plays his cards, the way he play out his game, you gotta admire it. And some women know his game, but they just fall in love with his style and his delivery of his game because it's so fucking cute or hot that they let him get away with it. See, that's that trickster energy of Virgo. This type of Virgo will probably have a lot of kids out in the street, a lot of baby mamas. He's a player. He's a player. And he plays long and hard and party hard and rough. And he almost finds it impossible to be loyal, to be committed. He has too much fun. He has too much fun. There's usually one girl, though, that usually wins this guy's heart. One girl. And that girl has to be able to tolerate a lot from this man. Then you got number three. Number three, another name we can call him is the trickster. The smooth operator. This one is a true con artist. Because that's number three, is con artist. This Virgo is probably the darkest.
You may not have been talking on this time and I was on mute. Oh my God. This is what I was trying to tell you, honey, about these daggone Virgos. B, you have to know which one you are getting, because they up there with Gemini. They got the gift of gab, baby. They got the gift of gab. They will sell ice to an Eskimo. You heard me? They will sell ice to an Eskimo. The Eskimo may think it's the best thing out, not knowing that he's surrounded by ice. But the way that Virgo will put it, you would think that's just a whole different ice. It'd be the same damn ice. Them the hustlers and the swinglers. Then you have the real demented ones. But like I said, you're not gonna get to the part two, but we still got a lot more to go. We're gonna go to the dark side of them too. Hey, Anna Banana.
Hello.
Are you listening?
Yes.
Any Virgos in your life?
My mother was a Virgo.
Which one was she?
She was a Chucky doll.
No, out of the four different She was the demented one. Remember I said they crazy. That's why I said they appear one way, but they think another way. When they get out, when things start to spiral, that's when you'll see like a whole different person. You will see the Chucky, but the Chucky always was there. The Chucky is what they always are thinking anyway. They either thinking something like really evil or something like that, or they're thinking about how I'm gonna get you out that money, or how I'm gonna get this up out of you, how I'm gonna get this. That's them. They up there with gems. They up there with gems with that.
Yeah.
But when you see them spaz out, and then you thinking that, oh my God, but not knowing they are spazzing. They spazzing all day. You just don't know yet. So that's why them the ones that people. This is why I don't like certain astrologers, and this is why I like certain astrologers, because a lot of them will have you thinking they are so helping, they are so loving, they give you the shirt off their back. Not saying that they were not, but it's a cost. It's a cost. It's the aggravation that go with it. And I don't know if they bring this up with Virgos, but certain Virgos, not all. Don't jump on me. Remember I said this is the good, the bad, and the ugly. A lot of them, when they have friends, their friends is about getting information about the next person. It's like they a friend, but they're really informational gatherers. They want information on everybody. They want to know. I don't know if it's for to use it for arsenal. Some people, some signs want information to use it as arsenal, and then I don't know if they use it as arsenal, but they must know like everybody's business, and then they have the next friend and talk about that person's whatever, like even if they was helping you or whatever, you're going to be talked about. You're going to be talked about. Somebody else will know your business. Somebody else will know your struggles. They will know, because the negative ones, they don't hold water. They get out of like humiliating people, but you thought that they was there to help you. So you have to be really careful with that when it comes down to Virgos. Very careful. So until you know which Virgo you're dealing with, hold some stuff to yourself. Hold some things to yourself. Don't talk about other people with them. Certain things you just don't do with them. They are informational gatherers, and they are so good with the gift of gab. They're gonna get you to talk. They have been done having you talking. You don't even know. You don't spill the next person's business. You wouldn't even know. Any of them things ring familiar to you, Anna?
Yes, absolutely.
But like I said, I don't know in these videos that they let you know that. But remember, was watching the videos from the astrologer side, and I'm letting you know from my point of view. So you're gonna get both. So I don't know if it's in there, they left it out. But if they did left it out, I put it in there for you guys. Okay, let's finish this so we can go, because he about almost finished. Fernando, I love you, but you did us dirty by taking out the part 2s. I mean, if you take out part 2 of Scorpio, we could be friends again. Because I would like to know why you left up part 1 and 2 of Scorpio and not everybody else. Are you scared of them stingers? Because they're going to let you know that I watched your video. So if you do watch this video, I even put the part 2s back up. He probably was saying, listen, y'all see with the part 2, it says go here to watch part 2. Before you say that, Fernando, I'm just joking. I read where the part 2 is at. So I'm joking with you. We love you. Well, I do. Let's finish with this. If anybody else got any questions or something, let me know. Where we at?
The third decan of Capricorn, the devil. So this type of Virgo is devilish, and he can be devilish either very outlandishly open, or he can be quite insidious.
Yes.
Quite insidious.
That goes for the women too. It goes for the
This type
women.
of man can, well, he will eat you out of house and home. That's how you can identify him. Extremely selfish. Just a selfish nature. A selfish nature. He he's the type of guy that will make up a story and he'll be so fucking good at it, so fucking convincing that he will begin to believe his own lies himself. And this kind of guy can con and take anything from you. Because this type of guy is also very charming.
I've seen this
He's very
Virgo too.
charming. Something very charming about this guy. Now, the shy guy is also charming. But you can tell that this shy guy is kind of limited. And because he's kind of limited and like, socially inept, where like he doesn't fit in and he doesn't feel like he fits in. He feels more alone in company than when he is by himself. That type of shy guy. And there's some people that can see that and detect that. And there's going to be a certain vibration of charm in a quiet type like that. Innocence. It's not that same kind of vibration from the con artist. The con artist and the shy guy can vibrate in the same premise, but the shy guy has no intention or deliberation in trying to fool you or hurt you, whereas the con man is. So his charmingness will bright a little bit more diabolically magnetic, pretty, beautiful. Where it's the type of guy where you just don't want to say no to. You just want him to continue talking to you because you are just enraptured. Enraptured. This is the type of guy that can prey on women. Can prey on women and get from them everything that he can to move forward. But understand that with these three, before I go with the fourth one, it's all game. You have many Virgos that are sincere, and they're the quiet types. You have some that are gigolos, that are actually really gigolos in their minds, even though they got the body, but they will never venture out and do it. And then you have the con man that's like the petty thief. This one lies and steals. And it depends. It can be minuscule, but it can be very consistent. And this is the type of Virgo that would not want to do it because he knows deep down that it's not the right thing to do, but he will do it anyway because he will be doing it from a need of necessity, a need of survival. You see, and the fourth one is another name for him is the survivalist. And the survivalist can encompass all other three Virgos that I mentioned. Or he can totally function on his own in a very brute and cruel way. Remember, the third decan is Capricorn. So either he can be very evil about it or he can be very frugal about it. This type of guy is extremely stingy, extremely frugal. We're going to talk about the positive aspect of Virgo in part 2. Thanks.
That sounded horrifying.
Oh no, we gonna get to the why I hate. Remember, I mean, hey, listen. I've always noticed that. But what I like about the way I do it, because I like to make sure you hear some of everything. Because after a while, when you're watching certain like astrologers, it's always like it becomes redundant. You're saying the same freaking thing, and I'm like, that's not what I see. What you saying is not what I see. So that's what made me started diving deeper. I'm like, nah, no, I don't. I know, and then I started putting in my own, and I started writing down my own what I was jotting down. After I see it done enough, I'm like, okay, do your birthday. Damn, y'all do the same thing. Or then, hold on, y'all two act like, when did y'all? Oh, that birthday. Okay, I mean, this is the younger years when I started putting this together. So then I said, I need to know if other people see what I see. And that's when I started looking for astrologers. That's when I started looking for astrologers, just to make sure that I wasn't crazy, I was accurate. I wanted to see if they noticed something. And sure enough, I picked the real ones to give you the real good, the bad, and the ugly. Not the, oh, they're so beautiful. They're
Oh, you
playing.
still crazy, but you accurate too.
Huh?
I say you still crazy, but you accurate too.
I'll take that. Yeah. So I just want people to see that when they get into relationships with these men or women, and you going about thinking that they the sweetest person ever, and then you didn't know you were sleeping with the goddamn enemy. I have to let you know if you sleeping with the enemy, because according to the regular astrologers, who even though they can name the planet the moon, but they don't tell you the gritty. You thinking when you meet Mr. Pisces or Mr. Pisces, it's like on, or I'm sorry, don't get mad at me. Or you meet Mr. Cancer, you gonna be thinking, oh, I got a Cancer. Oh my God, they so nurtured. Oh, they love their family. Oh, he's gonna be home. Oh my God, he's gonna be such a good provider. You can't go wrong with a Cancer man. And then you didn't know you were sleeping with Lucifer himself. Damn it. You're like, and what the fuck? See, they don't tell you these damn things. Got me sleeping with Lucifer, telling me he's a nurturer and a provider. You damn. and it is what it is. It is. They're terrible. Or same thing with Pisces. You don't really hear the negative side of Pisces. Another side, and I'm sick of them too. I'm sick. I'm sorry, Cancer. I'm sick of hearing about Cancers. I'm sick of hearing about Pisces, and I be sure enough sick about hearing about Virgos. I'm like them three signs. They don't tell none of y'all real shadow side. I had to go digging. So I'm like, no, that's no,
That's because
no.
we don't have one.
You don't have what?
A shadow side. We're angels.
You right. You don't have one. You got plenty. Not just one. We're not gonna stop at one. I got plenty. One shit. One. We'll be good if y'all just had one. Shit. The world.
How many faces of the moon is it?
I know, right? All my girls on point, but I didn't remember none of that. But it's a lot. So we know. That's one thing about Cancer, but I find that even though that's for Cancer, but I find that more accurate for Pisces than Cancer.
Wow.
Because majority of Virgos, they, even though they do get moody, they have the swings and stuff. Sometimes but the way he explained it, that's a Pisces trait. A Pisces is the one that's throughout the day. I mean, 5 minutes later, they are really somebody else.
Wow.
I mean, literally within 5 minutes. Sometimes they could go from cool and ready to pop off. You're like, what the fuck happened? And nothing happened. Or they can go from joking, or they could go from joking and playing it, or next thing you know, you see them sitting in a corner by themselves and just chilling with themselves. It's like they'll just they're good for, Pisces are good from pulling away from the crowd, pulling away from people. Because sometimes when the energy, because they're picking up all this energy, the energy gets so overwhelming. So even though it's about the energy, it's not about the moon. But that it should be explained like that for Pisces too, because it's the same way y'all got the phrases in the moon. Pisces have the different phrases in the energy and the vibes that's around them.
Okay.
So that's why it changes really quick. Really quick. I know. That's why I tell my son, you stay over there and I stay over here. We'll just say hi to each other sometime. That's it. No, we don't. No, no, no. So that's why you like even like an evolved Pisces, you might get a good conversation out of them. An unevolved Pisces, you're not going to get a good conversation out of them. But I mean, on the other side of the token, you might not get a good conversation out of a Pisces. It's not because they're feeling a certain type of way. Pisces are listeners. Pisces is there for you, and this is the thing, people don't understand why Pisces retreat. Pisces is the sign that for some reason that's the sign you go to whatever your problem is, you go unload it right on Pisces. And Pisces will sit there and listen and like give you a hug, and they do it in a non-judgmental way, unlike somebody else would feel like, let me give you some advice. Other signs may want to give you advice. They may want to tell you how to do it the right way, which people don't want to hear that. They just want to unload. And that's why Pisces know everybody's business. If you ever meet a Pisces know a little something about everybody, because for some reason people is drawn to that energy, and you just start talking your business. I don't get it. I'm like, I don't get it. But it's true. So when Pisces become your enemy, they also know all your business. But I don't know, they're made to listen. So people unload a lot of stuff on Pisces. But the thing to that is Pisces internally take it in. So now, without you knowing, you done fucked up their day. They don't know how to tell you, I don't feel like hearing this. That's just one of their traits. And that's a beautiful trait for them to have. So God bless them. So we're going to get to what I don't like about Pisces. Virgos. Yeah, and this is something I've been saying each one say what I've been saying for a while. But y'all won't know that I say this, but the people when I'm in these videos, the people in the comments, I can go through the comments, but some of them was like 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago. I will show you that everything I'm saying that I have put all in the comments. I'm like, you forgot this and you forgot that, and they'll answer me back. They probably like, I'm glad I don't see this chick no more. But anyway, why I hate Virgos. Let's find out, because why he hate everybody. And remember, he talks kind of fast and low, so you may want to cut your thing up. Now, he's telling things from Aquarius' point of view. So, what he say in his mind, so you gotta remember the astrologer who's telling the story. They're telling it from their energy. So, like when D-Lo tells you about something, he's telling you about something in an Aries energy. He's telling you things because he's an Aquarius. I figured out, me watching, I always figured out their signs. He's telling you how he feel about it from an Aquarius point of view. So he's more logical. So people got to remember that too. He's more logical in his thought pattern. Remember, that's fixed ear. Ear is logic. So none of them are not going to sound alike. And everybody's going to perceive something different because the way their energy is set up, they're all picking up things that's according to their energy. So that's why, another reason why I pick these different ones to watch, because they say I like the way as a Aquarius he see things. I like the way that he's an Aries. I like the way he see things. Unlike the robotic ones, not the real robotics, but like the ones who say the same damn shit over and over because they don't take the time to really observe. What they did was they read a book, or they studied, or they went to a course instead of just studying people and picking up what you notice. And this is what I like about these people. Majority of this is not what you learn in a book. That's the point that I'm saying. The astrologers that I pick, Like Fernando brings books to it, but then he goes off to how he sees it. See, this is what I like in astrology. I need to know what you see, not what the books say. Because according to the book, Virgos are like the best, and Cancers are the best nurturers freaking ever, and cook you pies and cakes and all that good stuff. But I do like the Cancer women. The men, oh my God, they need to put them on a whole nother planet and make me happy.
Wrong shit, overcritical. They will sit down and point out every insecurity.
So then I said to him, you ought to customize your car insurance with Liberty Mutual.
Definitely check out my man. He's really good.
Somehow, someway, they just kept getting lost in the period of me making. That's why it took me a very long time to make this video, because I kept losing the notes. So that really reminded me. Like, I know, and the other thing too, I know a lot of Virgos. You know what I'm saying? And it was almost like poetry. You know what I'm saying? Because the fact that here I am trying to do a video on Virgos, but I kept losing the notes. So, you know, and a lot, you know, you hear a lot of traditional stuff about astrology. You hear a lot of traditional stuff about Virgos. They're talking about being perfectionists and stuff like that, and it's totally the opposite. Because
thank you,
type people
thank you,
and shit like that. So like, it took me forever to make this video due to the fact I kept losing my notes. I kept, you know, everything I was writing. I actually had began typing my notes on a blog. That like in the middle of typing that one time, the whole computer shut down, lost all of those notes. You know what I'm saying? Like, this happened like 3-4 times, and I just knew that if I explained that up front in this video, some people was going to instantly understand why I said that up front, because it was totally true. You know what I'm saying? This ties in totally about what I'm about to get to in this content. All right. So if you're new to my channel, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, you know, there's some new stuff going on.
Check them out. Check them out. Check them out. Check them out.
I mean, if you've already been on my channel, you see I got some new stuff going on. So, you know, trying to make it a little bit more entertaining for the people. You know what I'm saying? I also took a shot of Avion this time before I got started. I took a whole bunch to the head. So, you know what I'm saying? As I'm talking, I'm going to start getting a little slurry, might get a little bit. Twitter for life, based on the type of stuff that they was doing to her. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, a lot of times I notice with Virgo, the same hand it created is the same hand it destroyed. You know what I'm saying? And like, I know a lot of Virgos. I know I'm cool with like 1, maybe 2 Virgos. You know what I'm saying? But most of the Virgo people I know, I'm gonna get into the notes. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna break it down. But I just wanted to just give you a little insight into this. You know what I'm saying? And just the things I've been experiencing the past couple of weeks. Just, you know what I'm saying? An app paying attention, analyzing Virgo.
Thank you.
This Virgo energy, like the time we in. You know what I'm saying? In Hoodx language, it's a negative avatar for all Earth signs. Is Ebenezer Scrooge. You said Ebenezer Scrooge avatar. That's, if you know the story of Ebenezer Scrooge, it's a dude who was, you know what I'm saying, rich, he was tangible, you know what I'm saying, he used to like to collect his money and stuff. He was like bah humbug, you know what I'm saying. When Christmas came around, he was he wasn't about, you know, the spirit of Christmas. He was about the spirit of money, the spirit of giving. You know what I'm saying? He actually fired somebody on Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what Scrooge do. You see what I'm saying? So like, all Earth signs kind of fall into what we call that Scrooge mentality, meaning like, you know what I'm saying, you got to take them into the past, the present, and the future in order to get them to see the type of person that they are. So that's me. I'm the ghost of the past, the present, and the future. Come back to just let a Virgo know, like, hey man, you kind of like Scrooge. You know what I'm saying? Like, here's a person who don't know, like, you know what I'm saying, he was chasing little kids up the street, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Fired. He didn't know that he actually needed these people in order to balance himself out to become a better person. You know what I'm saying? A lot of Virgos, what they got is like power issue. You know what I'm saying? Like, they want to be powerful. You know what I'm saying? Without having no. And how you gonna be, you know what I'm saying, a powerful person, you still, insecure. How you be powerful and insecure? You know what I'm saying? But these are the things I've been noticing recently dealing with Virgos. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of notes, as usual, you know, in my videos. I usually choose to know somebody get into my notes. Alright. But I just want to get them thoughts off my head. There was a couple other thoughts I want to say, but I'm totally kind of bad. So that's why I make notes. So let's start with, alright. Virgo people are practical but not growthical, meaning that like growthical is probably a new word, you probably never heard it before. But growthical meaning like, you know what I'm saying, you don't have a formula for growth. When you trade stocks, there's a certain concept called F6 stocks, meaning that like they have a formula for growth. You know what I'm saying? These people are practical, meaning they keep, these type of people do the same shit over and over again, but they're not learning that like, okay, well, you know, technology changes. Like the computer you're using this year is not gonna be a computer using like next year and the year after. Like you're supposed to change. Like your phone, you're supposed to get a different phone. You're supposed to like change up your technology. You know what I'm saying? These type of people that's like, you know what I'm saying, they don't necessarily have that as a formula. Like when they start a business up, they don't know that all this technology got to switch in like 2-3 years type shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? These type of people that's gonna use the same type of shit, or they gonna like tell you need to be on time, you need to like, it's a formula, but it ain't a formula for growth. You need to be on time, you need to punch, you need to work, dress good, you need to fix this, you need to fix that, you need to change this about yourself. But like, they're actually not gonna tell you how to grow. You actually can grow past them, and like that scares them. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about more of that later on. But these type of people over worry, obviously worry about the wrong shit, over critical.
Yep.
They will sit down and point out every insecurity that you have about yourself. You know what I'm saying? Even if you know what I'm saying, told them for a reason, say, hey man, I'm telling you this, I need somebody to talk to. I think I'm overweight. Hey, I think, you know what I'm saying, I'm whatever. Like these type of people, like you do not want to tell this shit to, because like not only is they gonna make you feel worse about it, they're gonna go and tell other people, man, guess what, this motherfucker's on the phone.
Oh shit!
About being fat.
Hold up, the blow. What, guys? What did I just say?
That's so true. That is so true. My mom did that to me about my weight.
You didn't tell me it was true when I said it, though. But isn't that crazy? I just said that you gotta be careful what you tell a Virgo. You gotta be careful, very careful, because they it's not like, I'm not saying that they can't be confidants. I'm not saying that, but remember, this is the negative. These are the negative ones. So the positive ones may be the most confidant ones. They might be the most confidant ones. Remember, Jasmine, read the title. This is what I hate about Virgos. This is the shadow side. We didn't get to the good side. You're not shadow. This is why I hate Virgos. This particular one. So this is the shadow stuff that they do. And yes, y'all do petty-ish like that. Y'all do it because I be around them. And when they start talking, I notice that a lot of names, even names I don't know, come up in the conversation. And I don't be needing to know all of that. I got people, sometimes when I meet them for the first time, they don't know. I know all their life story. Yo, Virgo don't tell it all. Virgo told it all. They don't know how much I know about them. So now I gotta act like this is my first encounter with them, and I've never met them, and I don't know nothing about them. Can you imagine how stressful that is? Have you ever had to have you ever went through that with a Virgo, Anna?
What specifically are you asking? Have I ever gone through what?
When a Virgo introduce you to somebody, they don't know that Virgo already told you all about their business. But if it's your first time meeting them, you have to act like this is your first time meeting them. You know nothing about them, and act like this is a first experience. You got to make it seem like the page is empty, right? And you gotta play that off. So as they start talking to you, they don't know Virgo already told you all their business, but that's a good way of knowing if somebody's lying or not, because they could act like one, they don't know. No, Virgo already told me about you already. Girl, you don't know. And that girl, oh girl, please, you you ain't got no real bed. You know you sleeping on crates, but because Virgo told me, right? But you can't. But the thing is, you can't say that because you can't let it be known that this person told. I mean, if that's the type of person, you're not gonna blat out the chick. I know all your business, right? So you got to play it off. That's hard to do. That's hard to do. But I have experienced that with numerous, and not to mind you, I love Virgos, but this is the good, the bad, and the ugly. If you can't take it, you can't take it. But it's the good, the bad, and the ugly. So let's get back and let's hear if you hear some more stuff your mother may have done, or other Virgos you may meet.
If there's a guy be like, man, this motherfucker over here asked me to borrow money, telling me he want me to help him start his business up and shit like that. He told me he fucked up. And like they the type of people push your business out. They ruled by Mercury. Mercury people talk too much. Obviously, you know what I'm saying? They cannot keep a secret. You know what I'm saying? Because This is like telling a Gemini secret, saying shit like you do not tell Gemini. You do
I
not tell
told
people
you,
ruled by Mercury.
they up there with
They put their
Gemini.
business out in the fucking street for the sake of their own entertainment. These are the type of people who make things more difficult or bigger tasks than they really are. So you be some shit like, hey man, let's just sit down and write the alphabet, but they gonna turn that shit into a whole fuck shit. Gonna write a whole book like on how to write the alphabet type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, these type of people make like the teachers who make fucking books and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? They got the I'm tired syndrome. These type of people call you, tell you like, man, how you doing today? Oh shit, I'm tired, man. I've been working all day. Oh, I'm so tired. Oh, like they the type of people like extra long sides and shit like that. Oh Lord, I'm so tired, man. I can't wait to get to that. Like moment shit, like you know what I'm saying. You hear these type of people do shit like that. Like my friend, female Virgo, she used to always say, "Oh my God, I'm so tired. I can't wait to get home. I'm so tired." You know what I'm saying? I hear that shit all the time doing Virgos. Type of people never satisfied, no matter what you do. You can do anything perfect for them. They still gonna say,
Yep.
"Oh yeah, that was great."
Yeah,
like,
that part is true. Absolutely.
A friend of mine is a Virgo. Told me a story once about. I told him I was making this video. He told me like 5 horror stories about his mom was a Virgo. He basically told me once that him and his brother had cleaned the whole house with a spotless one time, and they put a sock right in the middle of the floor on purpose because they knew that the first thing she was gonna say when she walked in was like, "Why who left that sock on?" For mind you, they had the house like spotless. You know what I'm saying? And they put a sock right there just to test it out. And sure enough, as soon as she walked in the door, she was like, "Who the hell's sock?"
I am so guilty of that. I'm sorry, my Virgo friends, but yeah, no,
Yep.
I like to fuck with y'all.
That's
Right?
accurate.
Well, I am so guilty of that. I ain't cleaning their whole house, but I do little things because they overanalyze. I do little things I know they're gonna see, and then that's I'm like, but that's all you saw, because you know I be trying to learn them. Sometimes you gotta learn people. If that's all you see. You don't see nothing else, and then they would in their mind. If that's already done, there's no need to address it or fix it. This is what I see. See, that's how I started to learn the mindset of them. It's not like they don't appreciate it, but in their mind, it's clean. That's done. Why does it need to talk about it? See, so it's not really a bad thing. It's just that why address something if it's done? I'm talking about this, like this sock here. But it's not like you can't just pick up the sock. For them, it's like World War fucking 2 or 3. You gotta hear a whole speech about a fucking sock.
Oh, you're lucky if it stays on the topic of the sock at all.
Yes, exactly. Oh yes. You right on the money. So you be like, God damn. And I got some stories about some Virgos though, but I ain't gonna do that. I'll throw bits and pieces up in there because maybe my peoples is watching me, and they probably like, no, bitch, why you say that? Because I have a lot of Virgo friends. I love Virgos. I love to conversate with them. I just like to conversate, but I do watch what I say, because I don't mind people telling what I say. Because if I say something about you, damn it, I mean it. I don't care. But the thing is, you're not going to tell it the way I say it. I say it more cute and shit. You may say it regular. I don't do it regular. Let me tell you about myself. But let's go.
I just left in the middle of the floor. So, think about that. They're detail orientated, but they pay attention to the wrong fucking details. Like, they pay attention to the details that don't nobody pay attention to, and they think this is a good thing, but it's really not, because it's really just making you anal retentive. And nobody wants to be around nobody like that. If somebody was sitting there pointing around all your fucking minor flaws all day, obviously what you fucking hate, why the fuck would you turn around and do the same shit as somebody else? Stupid motherfuckers.
Damn.
They get annoyed for no reason, very easily annoyed.
Yep.
Like this video, like I know, like Virgo's sitting here right now, like, oh well, you should make a video. These are the type of people that'll leave like, oh well, you can't say all Virgos like that. You gotta check the ascendant sign. You gotta check the other moon sign and all the other signs and my ascendant sign. And this, I'm nothing like that at all. Like these are the type of people that say shit like that, you know what I'm saying, even though there's truth in this fucking video. You know what I'm saying? they just get annoyed. Like, they look at this like, well, I don't like the shit he's saying, so they just get easily annoyed, and they take it personal. Like, I don't fucking know you, you know what I'm saying? But, like, you the type of person gonna look at this video like I'm legitimately talking to you, like I'm talking shit to you. I don't fucking know you. I'm talking about Virgo shit in general, you know what I'm saying? But, like, these type of people, you just gonna get so pissed off, like, so early in the video that you be like, man, fuck that guy. Like, What you saying fuck me for? You came here and clicked on the fucking video. Somebody showed you this video. You're watching this video, obviously. You know what I'm saying? You're pissed off. You see what I'm saying? But why are you taking it fucking personal? You see what I'm saying? I don't fucking know you. But the reason you're taking it personal is because you are very fucking easily annoyed. And the people around you, you see what I'm saying? I'm only telling you this level of intensity that you make you sit through this because the people around you cannot be themselves around you because they think that, like, if I say this, then they're gonna react this way. You see what I'm saying? And maybe you get off on that type of shit because it's like a power thing to you. You see what I'm saying? But that's why a lot of your friends don't like fucking being around you, and a lot of your coworkers really fucking talk shit behind your back because it's like you're a fucking total tool and you probably don't even know it.
He dropped the gem there. He dropped the absolute gem. And Virgos, sometimes, like, even if I hear, like, I haven't really heard a real, like I said, I've seen negative, or why I hate Leos or negative, but for the stuff that we do, y'all have never spoke upon it. So we about the only sign that's safe. Cause I have never came across nobody yet. One girl thought she had us. She had some stuff, but it all bows down to egotistical and spotlight and shit. I'm like, no, drops is more to Leo than a spotlight. But they can't get in our head. Some try, but for this one, it's good to watch these videos because if you have these traits, you can work on them. You can work on them. And I have seen plenty of Virgos alienate a lot of people without them knowing that they do. I have seen a lot of people hurt and crying by Virgos. I've seen a lot of people who, like he said, do not want to be around them. They don't, it's like when they tell you something, it's like depending on the Virgo, there's no care. Or it's not like, let me tell this person the softest way that I can say it. You know, I'm going to say it just the way I'm going to say it. And like Ninja, what? If you don't like it, I'll go bipolar and stab you. You know, it's like, hey, Antoinette, Anna Bananas. I mean, Antoinette saying hi to you, Anna Banana.
Oh, hey. How are you, Annette?
Right. So, a lot of times, you know, a lot of times they love their kids to death, but a lot of times their kids can't wait to get out the house. Like, I can't wait to get out of this woman's house.
Both of my sister and I don't talk to my mother. I don't know if she ever did, but I found out my mom died because I got her tax bill. She left the tax bill in my name. So I don't know.
Lord. Oh
yeah,
Lord.
I didn't speak to her for years.
Yeah, but y'all clash. Y'all clash a lot because y'all are a lot alike. Because of whatever your mother childhood was, that determines her adulthood. That goes for, so it's up to you guys to notice that, hey, things are falling around me. Some don't get it. Some don't seek the help that they need to seek, or some don't like mature. Some don't like they don't get out of that cocoon and turn into a butterfly. Some rather stay in that cocoon for the rest of their lives and not wondering why. You know, a lot of them don't want to go deep back and say, hey, like I always tell people all the time, Virgos and Cancers especially, it's something about them and their mother and father, and how they were treated. They don't understand that's how they would treat people. So if your mother was nice and loving to you, you'll be a nice loving person. But if your mother and father was not loving to you, you'll be one mofo. But for y'all, it all starts with mommy or daddy love. So I tell people that. So if you have a Cancer or Virgo child, see, parents have to know what are their kids. It's a better way to deal with your kids when you understand their energy. You know, but if you are a deadbeat dad and you have a water sign kid or a Virgo kid, you don't know how much damage you did to the world. Not to your child, but to the world. That's why a lot of people think that, oh no, the child is damaged. No, if that child is damaged, that child is going to damage other people. So it's not like, so when you F up with the child, you F up, you hurting a lot of other people by not knowing that. So people has to consider that as parents. So if you got a Virgo child, and especially if you beat that child or you never gave that child love, and especially male Virgos, they see their mother is such on a pedestal in their mind that they can see them as their wife. That's how much a pedestal. So imagine if that's Virgo trait and mommy is mean. Mommy's effed up. Mommy, you're not good enough. That you have now created a fucked up Virgo. You have now created, and then you're going to one of them 4 different Virgos. So you have now created somebody that's going to terrorize a lot of people, because it can be very sadistic. And you not knowing that you created that. So keep that in mind when you have kids. Please know what energy. We're going to do promotion at the end. We're going to do promotion at the end. We're going to try to stay on the subject. But we're going to please keep that in mind, so then you'll also know each child is different. So then you're going to have to be a mom. You're going to have to spruce up on how you treat each kid. You can say, hey, I know all of my kids, which you could. I learned all my, what you do. But it's good to know, even if it's just an element. Even if you don't know the sign, even if you just know the element. That's a help right there. Every little thing could help you. Use it for your good. And if you see videos of your negativity, you can say, damn, I may not do that, but that being my thought process, let me try to do better, because this is what people see. This is what people see. You understand? So let's just keep on going.
I'll be right back, huh?
All right.
That's why you think you make a good manager, is because, like, you sort of saying you can separate your emotions from, actually what's going on. You would think that, but like, these people know how to get under your skin because you're so fucking insecure. People know how to get under your skin so easily. Like, that's why you type people get fired or say, man, I'm so sick of this job. I'm sick of it. It's like, on one hand, because you're not being yourself, you know what I'm saying, and you expect the people to be yourself, but like, you get so annoyed so fucking easily and you can't see this. That's why your job's fucked up, is because that dynamic is fucked up from the beginning. All right, so these type of people only call you to vent. They call you when shit's pissed off. Like, you see what I'm saying? That's probably why they can relate to a video like this. Because, like, a lot of times when I put these videos out, I am venting because of a lot of the frustration I'm dealing with that particular time. You see what I'm saying? So, like, a Virgo like this on one half will hate this video, but at the same time they'll love it because they can relate. Or somebody, because that's all they do is they get on the phone and call people up and man, I'm so fucking sick of dealing with this motherfucking shit like this. Blah, blah, blah. So, probably can't relate to this video. These people are creatures. They're not necessarily human beings. Like, you know what I'm saying? When you look at Virgos, a lot of times they present themselves as human beings, but and they dealing with like a human being being placed into the earth, like Eve in the garden. You see what I'm saying? Or like the Virgin Mary is a human being, but like these are not necessarily human beings. These are like creatures in regard of like the style of human being. Like, okay, you're a human. You have 10 fingers and 10 toes. You see what I'm saying? But it's like a style of person more so than an actual person. You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna get to that later when I start going through the celebrity. People take things way too literal. Obviously, like this video, these people, like, you look at the thing about the Virgo season. This is right between the Sun time, which is Leo, and then you got the Libra season, which is October, right behind it. Throughout the month of September, you're saying you got on one half, Libra, you got the Halloween. Well, you know what I'm saying? That's the Scorpio is really a Halloween season, but like Libra and Virgo season, they're kind of like ushering in death. You know what I'm saying? It's like the end of the summer, death is coming type shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Venus falls in Virgo. So like, there's a lot less love. There's a lot more retrograde shit going on. You know what I'm saying? Shit falling over, motherfuckers spilling, you know what I'm saying? Phone calls drop, motherfuckers spilling glasses of water, spilling beer on the floor. Fucking, you know what I'm saying? Cracked windshields. stupid shit like motherfuckers losing their keys, losing their wallet. You know what I'm saying? This is all part of the Virgo. This is Venus falls in Virgo. You know what I'm saying? So there's no cheerfulness. There's no it's overanalyzing shit. It's thinking too much. It's just extra dry. I know a chick was a Virgo. She stole some silverware from her best friend in order to sell it and she said it was because her mom needed the money, but then she actually ended up using the money to go buy weed or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, stupid bitch. Like, these are the type of people who
Hey,
are
Tony.
the cause of their own doing. The same hand to
Welcome.
create, the same hand to destroy. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give you a lot of different examples of that later on. Virgo is obviously opposite of Pisces, just 6 months different. You know what I'm saying? So like when you think of Pisces, I already did a video on why I hate Pisces, which is a whole nother can of worms. But, you know what I'm saying? Pisces people live in a dream world, they live in a fantasy world. It's about a belief system. You know what I'm saying? So like, Virgo is the opposite of that. It's not necessarily what I believe. It's I analyze. You know what I'm saying? It's about overcritical, over analyzing shit. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like Pisces type.
Hey, my man Tony Touch, how you doing? Welcome. We was talking about you yesterday. Not yesterday, because I didn't come on yesterday. The other day. So I think you're part of the family. They even remember your name. So I guess you're part of the love train. Regardless of our astrological sign, we all have 147 alien genes. That is true. I mean, it's a lot of different combinations that make people. But my thing is that if these are the things, remember your sun sign is what people see. Your sun sign is what you show to people. So if we all seeing the same thing from this people that let's say these people that they call Virgo, it's no coincidence all of you guys have this in common. There is no coincidence. There's no coincidence where I can be around somebody or I can watch TV and I can be like, and I can look at somebody on TV and after I see that person long enough or I watch that person in an interview, I'm like, okay, that person is a Gemini or that person is an air sign. He's definitely this. He's that. There is no coincidence. It's crazy. But you also have how you were treated, how you was raised. There's a lot of different things that make you. That's not the only thing that makes you. I just put these videos up here so you can know what you're getting yourself into. You can get a little bit of their psyche and know yourself. You would know yourself and go, oh, this girl is beautiful. Oh my God, she got the best. And then you turn around and you see that I really don't come to find out she's a fire sign. I can't deal with the dominance of a fire sign. I can't deal with somebody that's so impulsive. So then you looking at this girl looks and her beauty, but you forgot to realize she a fire sign that go against your personality. And you wonder why you're arguing all the time. You're wondering why you're saying to this person, why are you so impulsive? Well, duh, you're messing with an impulsive energy. Fire is impulsive. Or why you always got something to say all the time? You're all that. You always gotta get the last word. Well, duh, you're dealing with the energy that does that. So these little things can help you. But before you turn them down completely, get to know somebody and figure out which one. You can say you can get to know that with everybody. No, I don't mean by that. I mean you need to find out which energy that they are using that's in their trait. You need to find out, and then you got to also know, even if they don't use it, it still exists. It still exists. So you may get a fire sign that's not impulsive, but it's in them. It's in them. So one day they may start doing impulsive stuff, and you're gonna be like, "What the funk? Oh, I forgot that was a fire sign." Okay, she could be impulsive sometime, but I can deal with it. Or you impulsive too much, I can't deal with it. So don't let that big booty and all that other stuff look good, cause it look good, but that don't mean it's all good. Let's go.
People say, man, don't worry about it. Everything's gonna be okay. Virgo type people be like, man, we need to do something about this. We're gonna do such stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? They pay attention to detail. That could be a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you're dealing with a water sign who don't want to hit all that shit. People extra cerebral, think too much in their head. Obviously, they're ruled by Mercury. Right. I noticed today, I was out eating a sandwich. I was at Subway, you know what I'm saying? And I was noticing, like, I was starting to get a little cold out. It wasn't as cold as in the summertime. And the wind was blowing, you know what I'm saying? And I kind of think about Mercury, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was just noticing, like, the trees were just blowing. Like, they were almost sideways. Like you know, sometimes the trees are like this, but when the wind be blowing, the tree be kind of like this. And it was, like, literally, like holding like that for, like, 5-10 minutes straight. And I was like, man, that's Mercury. Like, that's the air blowing, you know what I'm saying? So, like, here's a earth sign ruled in air, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's a contradiction within itself, you know what I'm saying? This is a earth sign that's gonna talk too much, you know what I'm saying? It's like the earth is turning on itself, you see what I'm saying? Like right now in Virgo season, like, you start seeing people put the jack-o'-lantern shit out, you know what I'm saying? You start people putting the scarecrow shit out, the grass start turning brown. It's like the earth is turning on itself, you know what I'm saying? And it's talking too fucking much. Like, you see what I'm saying? This is what you got going on when you're dealing with a fucking Virgo, you see what I'm saying? They don't know, they kind of like know-it-alls, you see what I'm saying? But like, they don't see how it's people that surpass their level of intelligence. Like, you see what I'm saying? It's too much information out here, and just because you real good at this particular level of information don't necessarily mean that you better than this person who know all of this. You see what I'm saying? If you did know, you'd have a lot more money, and you wouldn't necessarily be working for somebody else. You'd be a lot more better off. You see what I'm saying? And just because you know a lot about what you know about don't mean you know everything. You know what I'm saying? These people are quirky as fuck when it comes to their food, when it comes to cleaning. They can be mama's boys, obviously. Right. Virgos, they type of people need both. I know a Virgo chick, you know what I'm saying? She's still, to this day, got a band, especially Virgo women. They need a father. Virgo men need their mother. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Virgo men need that. I just told you guys that. Virgo men need mommy.
A lot of Virgos, they got a battle of the sex thing going on. So like, if a mother don't tell they Virgo son how to treat women, they're gonna be womenized. You know what I'm saying?
I just was saying
that. The Virgo
that.
daughter don't have a father later on in life, they're gonna be like, they're gonna use men. You see what I'm saying? Or kind of use men.
Absolutely.
And not see men for what they are, but more just like an accessory.
Go ahead, Kaplow. That's
horrible diets, but they want to force their diet on everybody else. They want to feed everybody else good, healthy food, but they want to eat shit and sugar. They need a soft space to go to, you know what I'm saying? Somewhere like they home. A lot of times that's why they hoard shit and they don't throw shit out. They hold on to shit because, you know what I'm saying, in their mind it's like getting back to that soft, warm, nostalgic place where they can just chill. Somewhere where they can't be judged and criticized. You know, like how they do everybody else. These type of people have disputes with their family and just leave that shit like that. They don't get no resolution. They'll just beef with their family and just leave the shit. You see what I'm saying? They got too much reconstruction with no construction. I mean, because they can't leave well enough alone. So, like, they always fucking with shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, always changing the inside of their house around. You know what I'm saying? And not happy with the way it looked. You know what I'm saying? Too much reconstruction with no construction. Like, construction actually, like, finding new property, finding new opportunities, finding, like, you know what I'm saying, having not necessarily a whole bunch of shit in one house, but having multiple houses with not a lot of shit in it. Like, you know what I'm saying, all that money that you use in the hoard shit in your house can be used to buy, like, several pieces of property, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But, like, it's too much reconstruction of the shit you already got going on instead of expanding, you know what I'm saying, on bigger and better ideas. Right, they not, because you're not constructors, you're more like criticizers of people who construct. You see what I'm saying? Like, somebody else who's doing what they're doing, you're the more likely type to try to jump on to what they're doing and actually fuck it up by over criticizing it. You know what I'm saying? Instead of, you know what I'm saying, building your own shit, you be trying to, like, you like the what they call piggyback on other shit and make it your own. You know what I'm saying? They call it like act like you're helping, but you're not really helping. You're really like piggyback.
I don't know if I brought this up, and please, Beehive, don't come after me. Don't come after me, 'cause I know Beyonce is your queen. But I told you the Virgo in her, she would take something, and I have seen it, I have noticed it. Yeah, because you guys don't know where she's getting her songs from, because you guys don't know where she's getting some of these videos from, these dance moves from, and certain things that she do. What she do may be new to you, but to an older school person, we've seen it before. And that goes for all y'all new school people. Y'all get mad because y'all can fool the new people who never seen it before, but you can't fool the old school people that have seen it before. And I've always seen certain artists that Beyonce has mimicked, but they analyze it so well, and then they make it their own. Hey, Queen.
Hey dear, how are you?
I'm okay. Yeah, but they make it their own. But it's not like they started it. And if they do, like if they are into like doing something where they have to use their creativity, which they do have creativity, they always gotta have they have to have an army around them. Virgos usually have an army around them. That's why Beyonce has that beehive. That's why she won't be getting that from anywhere. Oh, okay. That's why like Michael Jackson had that they always got like back. They always got people to fight their battles. Not to mind you, they're crazy themselves. They'll hurt you.
I was talking to my cousin that's a Virgo when I clicked on the thing that you had this on and I read the title and she said, why I hate Virgos? Well, fuck y'all. I said, no, she's trying to tell us about why, some people. So I'm going to send this to her after it's done.
Oh, now, when you was talking about the lady, right?
Yes.
I forgot I knew her. Somebody let me know she's good.
Oh, great.
So they said she's good. I got somebody had let me know. They were like, man, when they said pum, I knew off the top who it was. Just like I don't know if it's the way you said it, or maybe I was tired. I don't know if I was in pain. And maybe it was like towards the end. But I'm so glad you came on today. I said, wait till I tell her. Somebody said that pum. I'm like, yeah, I knew her for like 2 years now.
Yeah, but she lives in Miami and one of those high rises over there. But she's always on the patio.
Right. So, but I don't know. It's just I don't know. Pum. I don't know. It just didn't click to me until somebody said pum. Yeah, somebody else was worried about her too. But that's why I said once they let me know she's alright, I said I'm gonna let you know. She's good. Yes.
Thank you, Chad.
And I had to get that out first because I will forget. So I'm not off topic, people. I'm gonna get back on topic. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna get right back on topic. But I would have forgot, and then I know boss lady will put me in a corner. Imagine she would have found that information out, and I'm like, oh yeah, I meant to tell you that. But why you didn't tell me that I'm in the corner? See?
Yeah, because I sure was thinking about that when I woke up.
Oh, okay. But I'm glad you said something to make me remember. But she's okay. Okay, let's get back to this. Like I said, a lot of people, they see this, the apartment. Oh, Ms. Rice said the apartment. Yeah, we know the complex is destroyed. That broke my heart. That broke my heart. Made me be in the house and don't even want to jump. Because that's how scary it is to see some. Like if I jump, it really makes you think. How stable is your house? Like really, how stable is your own house? Shit. I'm like, I don't want to move too much. I don't want to jump or nothing. How stable is these beams in this building? Shit. Stuff like that be making you think.
Are those? Was that an old building or something?
No, they're not old. But the area they have it in, because of the different waters, it started to see. And these landlords and the people who make that knows these things. So that the landlord did not, because of the salt water and all these different type of waters, it start, to erode it or something like that. Y'all know the word I'm looking for. So they have to physically go check that at all times. Like, things can't just save for the next day. And a lot of them don't put in that money thinking it's not gonna happen. They never would thought that them being lazy and not fixing the things that need to be fixed, that the whole freaking building was going to collapse.
Then they always talking about that's gonna happen in San Francisco.
That could be anyway, especially by me. By me, it's crazy because I'm surrounded by water, but they're still building more freaking buildings. I'm like, ain't but so much space here.
Right.
It's really scary. Oh, Florida have a lot of sinkholes, yeah. And these people sit up there and they build these places on top of them because of the water view or something. But they put people in a lot of, and people themselves not thinking about it. All they know when they look out the window, they see the water or the area is nice, but they didn't check to see if it's sinkhole or what type of water's around them or nothing. It's crazy. Okay, we gonna get back into Virgo. Listen, if you don't like something about it, see, Virgos probably be, like he said, about the only ones who would really be mad when you do a video about them, because in their mind they're perfect. Now they finding out they ain't perfect. So I will. You could bring on the hate, but remember, this is not why I love Virgos. There is why I love Virgos. This is why I hate videos. So people don't never read the title, and they so quick. That's why when I watch these videos and I read the title, I know it's not going to be nothing good. But I expect for you to see the title and say things that's good. No, you wait till the ones that says that why I love this sign, then you will hear the things that's good. Or be watching one that's in general, you'll get the good and you're going to get the bad. It's that simple. People, I see the comments. People be really about that life.
And using your help, quote unquote help, as a power tool to eventually try to take over and make things your way. They type people who want to buy fish instead of learning to fish, kind of lazy in that regard. That you know what I'm saying, or they necessarily want to teach people to fish without actually fishing. Like, you know, these type of people will teach you something that they don't really know that they self. You know what I'm saying, or sometimes they'll actually give out advice that they haven't tried. They give out bad advice.
No, they give out good advice. Stop.
They want to feel free by creating opportunity for others based on their own desires.
I love their advice.
The shit that like somebody told me once, like, man, when a Virgo talking shit to you, they really talking about themselves. You know what I'm saying? So like their desires and things that they want to fix in you are really things that they want to fix about themselves, and you just kind of like a golem. I don't know if you know what a golem is, but you might want to look up. Some people call it a golem. You know what I'm saying? You like a lot of Virgos have golems or golems. It's like people that they keep around to work on themselves. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if they trying to lose weight, they'll go find somebody who's fat and work out with that person and basically hurl all that negative energy onto them. Like, they like to hurl their negative energy onto other people, you know what I'm saying, that's kind of parallel to what the fuck they going through at that particular time. I'm gonna stop this video and come right back. Alright, so these type of people get stuck in their own creation. They make shit without finishing it. They got ideas that they'll start, but then they won't finish them. And they get stuck. They don't finish projects. They become victims of their own creativity. They want to feel free by creating. I already said that. Freedom is a choice. Remember that. Freedom is a choice. You can, because you're like Virgo's subservient, you know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of times you'll see Virgos with Sagittarius. You know what I'm saying? Because Sagittarius kind of over the top, loud, but boisterous personality, you know what I'm saying? And they want to be ruled. They feel like they're supposed to be ruled. So a Virgo a lot of times will fit right in with that, you know what I'm saying? And they'll serve them, you see what I'm saying? But freedom is a choice, you know what I'm saying? But then, like, they'll turn around and make it seem like they a slave to that person, you know what I'm saying, with all their other friends and shit, you see what I'm saying? Well, you know what I'm saying? Freedom is a choice. Don't put yourself in a situation where you acting like you being a slave to somebody, you know what I'm saying? No, freedom is a choice. It's up to you to be that. Nobody's forcing you to be that. All right, so if you're going to be there, don't be there and fucking sit around and complain about this shit all fucking day. Calcification of their life stops them from being free. calcification. I don't know if you know what I mean. Like calcification is like getting locked into the physical world, or like being locked into your old self, or getting stuck in your ways. It's like this is what you believe is true, so this is what it must be. Like, you see what I'm saying? A lot of people grow up learning certain things and find out later on that they're not true, and it's difficult for them to accept that it's true. You see what I'm saying? That's one thing about Virgos. It's like, here's a person that wants to offer new opportunity, offer new growth to people, but at the same time, they stuck in their ways. You know what I'm saying? How you gonna offer new opportunity to people when you stuck in your ways? You see what I'm saying? You just want to keep doing the same shit over. I notice a lot of, you know what I'm saying, Virgo parents get stuck in their ways dealing with their kids, and they don't see how their kids kind of outgrow them. And you know what I'm saying, once their kids get into their 40s and 50s, it's in 60s, you know what I'm saying, if the Virgo parents are still around, they're not able to usher them into certain realizations in life because they kind of got cut off. And like Virgos kind of deal with, you know, people that's at a lesser degree than them, and they don't necessarily keep moving up. You see what I'm saying? Like, if they're a manager, they be a manager there, and that's it. Like, you see what I'm saying? They don't never become like the owner, or they don't never, like, you know what I'm saying, end up becoming like the district manager or some shit like that. Like, whatever. Or if they is a district manager, they don't ever become the owner. Like, they don't ever work their way up. Like, whatever position they get, they end up stuck there, because they calcify and locked in to who they are at that moment. They don't necessarily try to find new opportunity for themselves, but they'll try to find it for other people. Another thing too, their loyalty can become a problem. They think that by them being loyal is one thing when it's really not. You see what I'm saying? Because the person that you work for is never going to be as loyal to you as you are to them. Never. You see what I'm saying? Because you're subservient. So you thinking that just because you being subservient, that this person is going to turn around and ask to be subservient to you, that's not the way life works. Even though you think it should be, you think everybody should think how you think, that's not how life works. Like, you see what I'm saying? You are the servant. You are the Virgo. So like, nobody's going to turn around and be a subservient to other people the way that you are. So like, you only setting yourself up to piss yourself off. And then you'll continue to do the same shit over and over again, which is the dumbest shit in the world for me, but it is what it is. These type of people hoard their past life instead of creating a new life. The seeds you plant in your mind need water to grow. Remember that as well. Like, you need emotion, you need water to grow you need a personality. You can't be, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what's so shit about. Like, you should look at the Tower card and Tarot, because y'all personality is so fucking fake that you build a whole organization, you build like your personality based on this whole fake persona that, like, if you look at the Tower card, this shit is gonna get smashed because it's built on it's built on lies, it's built on falsehood. It's not a true, you're like, hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you. Oh, my name's like, that shit is bullshit. You you need water to make your seeds grow. It's not gonna come with fake earth. You need real water. You need real sincerity. You need, you know, so that's why, man, the insecurity be the shit that drive y'all to get into long-term distractions and shit like that, because like, you get caught up in the moments, but hey, how you doing? My name's, and then you end up making promises and you end up keeping it, and you getting some shit that you ain't even supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? You got whole other priorities and shit like that going on, but like, because you met this person and being so fucking fake and insecure, now you done made a promise of some shit that you be trying to keep, and you really is a distraction from some shit ain't got shit to do with what you're supposed to be doing over there. You see what I'm saying? So you need water to make your ideas grow, not fake earth. Fake earth is only going to keep you distracted from your long-term goals. Building off the wrong thought, meaning like, okay, if I plant a bunch of seeds, you know, if I plant 10 seeds, you know what I'm saying, only one of these seeds is going to grow into no, let's not say one seed. Let's say, let's say 9 of the seeds is going to grow into perfect fucking trees. You know what I'm saying? The Virgo is more likely to pick like the fucked up seed. Like, you know what I'm saying? But we talking about thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Build off the wrong thought. Like, you know what I'm saying? If we talking about, we had a subject going on, you know what I'm saying? Like, 9 times out of 10, the Virgo gonna approach the situation like with the wrong thought. 9 times out of 10, they not gonna say that shit the right way. Like, they gonna say it fucked up. Like, you know what I'm saying? The thing about air signs is that they kind of have a way of saying things that, like they say, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. So like, when you got a elevated air sign, they kind of, or even an earth, you know what I'm saying? I've seen earth signs and water signs, like, especially water signs, they have a way of saying things. You know what I'm saying? Virgo 9 times out of 10, they not just going to say shit the wrong way, they going to think it the wrong way. Like, the way the situation play out, they going to think the wrong thought. Like, they just build off the wrong thought. Like, 9 times, like, the tree just, it's a fucked up tree. Like, why is it a fucked up tree? It was the bad seeds. It was a fucked up thought to begin with. You see what I'm saying? That's kind of how Virgos are.
You don't like what? All right, put it back.
No, I'm not going to say that. These type of people that cling on to jobs because of money, not because they necessarily like their job. Like, these type of people tell you to do what you like to do You know what I'm saying? But then they'll work a job that they fucking hate. Like, you know what I'm saying? 9 times out of 10, Virgos hate their fucking job, but these are the exact type of jobs that they go for. Um, because they
Well,
claim because of the money. Uh, you gotta understand the stock market regulates brokers' emotions. You know what I'm saying? So like, if it was a good day on the market, it's gonna be a good day for a broker. If it was a bad day on the market, it's gonna be a bad day for a broker. Virgos are kind of the same way when it comes to like life. You see what I'm saying? Like they kind of controlled by the conditions that they around more so than how they fit into this puzzle. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, if they had a good day at their job, they're gonna have a good day. If they had a bad day at their job, they're gonna have a bad day. Like, you see what I'm saying? So like, depending on what's going on at their job is gonna kind of dictate what's going on in their life. Another thing too, you gotta understand where job is a metaphor. It's not really, you really stop and think, what is the job? You know, so you look at the Bible, the word Job, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of attached more so with the word job, but the word job is really a metaphor. You know what I'm saying? It's just the Virgos attaching negative connotation onto the word job, because like a lot of people, most people love their job, or they want to love their job. You know what I'm saying? But Virgos don't understand that the concept of job is really a metaphor. So it's describing something. It's not a noun. It's like, this is what you do. So not necessarily who you are. So, but with Virgos, it's like, it's who they are. So like, that's a negative connotation gets attached on to that in that same thought. Right, the obscurity about a job is the interview process. When you think about a job interview process, that's what sets the power dynamic right there. You know what I'm saying? Like Virgos are kind of like naturally attached to that shit already. You know what I'm saying? That's what's gonna let this other shit play out. The whole fucking metaphor of, you know what I'm saying, my job, my life, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Is the interview process. Like, you know what I'm saying? They kind of see life as like that. Like, any given moment is a job interview process. When I'm sitting down talking to you, it's like a job interview. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm looking at your nails, I'm looking at your hair, I'm looking at your shirt, I'm looking at your shoes, I'm looking at your hair, I'm looking at all of this shit. You see what I'm saying? But life is not a job interview process. But that's kind of how they base life on. Like, okay, well, you know, I'm going for this job interview. You know what I'm saying? They're going to judge me, and then they're going to let me behind all these curtains. Like, that's kind of how Virgos approach life a little bit. Like, okay, you get yourself perfect, and then I'm going to let you behind all these opportunities in life that they supposed to have that they really don't even fucking have because they really work for somebody else, they goddamn self. The type of people scared of change, they stuck in their ways. You probably, if you're a Virgo, you need to go visit your mother. If your parents are dead, you know what I'm saying, you need to go visit your parents. You know what I'm saying? Even if they're not dead, you know what I'm saying? Like, Virgos need to visit their parents a lot more and just shut the fuck up and just like let them talk and like just understand the bigger pictures that this is who you're turning into more so than who you're trying to fix. All right, so if your parents,
I can't express that enough. It's crazy. I know somebody, they're Virgo, and their child is a Virgo. And it's like an atomic bomb every time they are together. Because they don't understand. Either they don't understand their own traits, or they don't understand the woman part and the man part. You know, she may think that, okay, Anna, she may think that her son is obsessed with her, but like I told you, they love their mothers that much, they put them on the top. And then he hasn't gotten the love. Well, she doesn't understand when he was younger. You know, we all young. We all make mistakes, especially if you're a young mother. Especially when you are a young mother, you don't understand the mistakes that you make, and you don't understand this particular child needs a little bit more affection. So by me giving the child a little bit more affection, that will help this child prosper. So when them two get together, it's like an atomic bomb. It's like the things that they do, and I'm like, if only they could sit back and realize and both go into their Virgo mind. But when they come together, they bring out the worst part and the manic part of each other, and it's crazy. It's crazy. They bring that out of each other, but she doesn't understand that she created that problem. So now he's all, he's out there and being a sinister, and he's out of control. He's very out of control. But she doesn't understand she did that. She didn't understand that. Sometimes, if you know these things, you can start mending stuff with your kids. You can start mending stuff. You won't be like, okay, this is how that person is, and that's it. I don't never want to talk to them ever. You will understand, hey, I created this, or I didn't understand my child. And then for children, they could say, oh, I didn't understand my mother. Like, if you have like strong-willed like parents, especially like if you got like a Libra mother. Hey Shima, how you doing? Like if you have, that's because that means you must be a sweetheart, Shima. If you got a sweetheart, Virgo, that means you're a sweetheart. So you gave them, and now they're giving back what you gave them. So applause to you. So you must be a sweetheart. If you're not a sweetheart, then you let me know. But if your son is a sweetheart, that's because you're a sweetheart, right? But especially if you have like a Libra parent. A Libra parent, they are strictly about excellence. Excellence. They the ones that they want to see their kids get like all hundreds. All this, and you must act a certain way, do a certain way. People don't understand Libras can be very controlling. And that's why T.I. he put his foot in his mouth a lot. That's why he's on top of his daughter the way he is. That's a Libra parent. Like, listen, I know I'm a dog, but ain't nobody gonna dog out my daughter. So he puts his foot in his mouth a lot. But that's his Leo. That's his Libra qualities. That's his Libra qualities. They're when you see Libra, put excellence next to their name. Excellence. So they may be like really hard on you, but they expect. My mother, a Virgo, had him on my mother's B-day, my father's B-day too. Oh, you are a Aries. Now, I'm gonna do my Aries, but I'm gonna say my Aries. But I'm doing these signs because people don't usually talk about these signs. People don't usually talk about them. Anything you want to add to that, boss lady, of any Virgos that you know?
Honey, you said it. I can't put nothing on that. You got them down packed. I mean, with what you said and what he said, there's nothing else to be said.
Thank you.
And they are mama's boys. If their moms are sweet, you so right about
it. Again, the same rule apply for Cancer. I don't know why, but the same rules apply for Cancer. So if you got a lot of terrible Cancer people, that means their mama and their papa was Cancer. And don't let it be a Cancer parent that wasn't treated right, and then they turn around and have a Virgo child. That is an atomic bomb there. That's a bomb, because it's really chaotic, because that Cancer cut off on you and then treat you right. So now you're a Virgo parent, and then let's say and now you're a Virgo child and you didn't get the love from that Cancer because the Cancer never got the love. So now you pass that to your kids. And people be thinking that, it's always the community all the time. Both your parents are Virgos, that's beautiful. That's like you said, your mother and your father. Sometimes people think that it's like your race or your religion or your community that passed down like negative stuff. Sometimes it's simple as your sign. And people don't know how that triggers. But people, when you're trying to fix the earth or fix the world, you can't fix people as in a full group, because everybody sees things differently. Tauruses may have a little because they control the throat chakra. Tauruses may work better with groups, far as speaking wise, because they have the ability to, being that they control the throat, they have a way of reaching everybody. They don't have to conform. The way they was gifted to, they could say something, or the way they speak where everybody can sort of kind of get it. That's why a lot of important people are Tauruses when it comes down to being leaders. Like when you got like Malcolm X and Farrakhan or whatever, look, they are known for their speaking ability, and they are gifted to it, as people follow them not because of what they do. Some signs is because of what they do. People follow them because of their gift of speaking, where everybody can understand what they are saying, because that's their gift. So everybody cannot do what Tauruses do because they don't control the throat chakra. Did I say anything incorrect about my Tauruses now?
No, you know, that's one thing about us. We do know how to bring people together and crowd, and
Mm-hmm.
how to express ourselves and let you and make where you can understand it. We bring it
Mm-hmm.
together. We do
Yeah,
that.
but that's your gift. Where other people can't, and y'all could do it in mass. Where other people can't do it in mass. Like, we talking about Malcolm X here. He didn't do it with a little bit of people. He did it in a big mass of people. Farrakhan is a big mass of people. That's how good you guys are. That people still would play Malcolm X videos, because what he said is, which I say is so potent. But remember, a lot of people could say it the same. Some people could say the same thing that you're saying, but for some reason, when Taurus says it, the messages get across. That's what I'm trying to say. Me and both said you could say the same exact thing. You might not. The way I say it will be different. You might not get the message. I may have to teach it to you, because Leos are more teachers. But as far as just saying it itself, Taurus is, you're going to get the message. Am I saying is? Let me know now. I'm talking about, remember, I only could get the yes or no from the sign itself. This is just what I see. That's why I always ask people, when you the sign, let me know, yes or no.
Preach.
I like getting hugs from Tauruses. Y'all like how Tauruses like giving hugs? The ones I get hugs from, y'all give some. Y'all got that motherly, like that people say, like other signs are like, but I'm like, no, it's nothing like a hug from a Taurus. So Tauruses.
My
If you
daughter
don't give hugs, start giving hugs, please. Start giving hugs. Y'all give beautiful hugs.
tried to give me a hug, and she gave me a hard hug.
No, I say when y'all give hugs.
My daughter,
Y'all give, y'all, oh.
and she gave me a hard hug. Like, I don't like that. That was a hard hug. I said, "What do you mean a hard hug?" That was like a hard grab.
Well, she'll grow into it. She'll grow. Remember, a lot of people got to grow into it. Like certain traits people don't have, they have to grow into it. They have to grow into it. So we're gonna finish this with Virgo. I might have to do like a part 2 and a part 3, because I don't want to keep you guys too long, because there's so much to cover. And you gotta remember, when you're doing somebody's video, you must do commentary or on it, or that means you stole their video. So I have to transform these videos, so yes, I have to keep stopping. But he's also an Aquarius, so when I speak upon certain people, I like for the sign to be there, so I can be like, well, do y'all like this or not? And then y'all guys can say yes or no, or whatever they're saying about y'all can say yes or no. See, that's why I like the people on the panel. And I like for people to tell the truth, because I don't like when people, oh no, not me, not me, not me. Even though it's not you, it's in you. It's in you. So stop it already. There's no perfect person ever. But the Virgos that's watching, it's like, yes, I am perfect. You ain't know? Not according to Virgo. Not according to Virgo. Like, other people may think about it. Virgo is not think about it. To them, they are perfect because they analyzed everything to everything and they saw everything. But they really didn't see nothing. They just saw what they wanted to see. But we're going to carry on. Huh?
When you talk to them, they always want to say, wait a minute. No, this is
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You hit that on it. You hit that right. You got that right. Mm-hmm.
you want to touch your ball.
Mm-hmm. But for some reason, I don't know why, but it's like y'all partner in crime. Y'all true partners in crime are Capricorns. It's like y'all get each other. I don't know. It's something about a Taurus, like Aries and Leo get each other because they both in a fire nation. They like Aries and Leo truly get each other. For some reason, with that same rule apply with like Taurus, just like Cancer and Pisces, they really get each other. It's like an unspoken language. I mean, y'all both are Earth and but like far as like having your back or your partner in crime, a Capricorn will be because y'all sort of kind of y'all get each other because y'all think alike. Y'all got that boss mentality. Both of you guys. Not saying that Virgo doesn't. Not saying that Virgo doesn't, but it's a little bit different with Tauruses and Capricorns. Not saying that Virgo's not a boss, but it's a little different. But so a lot of things, like if a Taurus is with a Capricorn, a lot of things, if they work together, a lot of things will get accomplished. A lot of things, because neither one is going to stop until the job gets done. Well, other people may give up, and like they may be doing something, and it might take years, but y'all don't care how long it took. The point is like, damn, I made it. That was I'm tired. And where everybody would have give up, y'all not giving up. Y'all gonna see things done to the end, and y'all gonna make sure it's done correctly. It's like it's really hard to bring. That's one thing I admire about other signs are strong too. I'm not saying that, but the stuff that that Taurus and Capricorn go through, and y'all just keep moving. Yo, that is strength. I love that. I mean, y'all go through a lot of stuff, and y'all let nothing beat y'all down. Y'all keep your eye on the prize. I commend you guys. Hats off for that. Y'all keep the eyes on the prize. Did I say anything incorrect before I get back into Virgo? Because being that all three is earth signs, that's why I brought up the other two. But go ahead, baby.
That struggle ain't no joke when it comes.
But y'all do it. Y'all do it. Y'all hold that weight like what?
Rule the world.
Y'all hold that weight like what? Anything that come y'all way. That's just like if you look at a lot of your Virgo. We gonna finish that. How you doing, Modi? Y'all hold that weight, baby, and y'all keep going, and I love that trait in you guys. Even I'm like that too, but it's just like we do it differently. But the way, like if you look at a lot of Capricorn, they've been through a lot. Capricorn, but you'll never know. I'm gonna watch the Mary J tonight. I'm gonna watch the Mary J because if y'all got Amazon or whatever, when she did Just in My Life, she spoke upon things that she was going through. But if you look at a lot of things, like even with the Taurus, with like what's his name? You smell what the Rock. Look at how, regardless of what was thrown at him, look at him. The number one damn actor. Number one, his father, he was born into royalty. Both his grandfather and his father was WWF wrestlers, but father messed up the money, and they wasn't getting, they didn't have like pay-per-view and all these different things when wrestling first came out. So they wasn't rich as people thought that they was. And The Rock turned that. He utilized that. He went into wrestling like his dad and his grandpa, and then he made his own identity, and now he is The Rock. But he had to struggle to get there. It wasn't that easy. But look how he did it. And that goes for a lot of different Tauruses too. Even look at all the stuff Chris Brown done been through. He has been hated. He done put his hands on Rihanna and was hated by the world. But guess what? Chris Brown is still at the top. That's a Taurus. That's a Taurus for you. He didn't let all that hate from people. He didn't let the Rihanna people bring him down. He didn't go in a corner somewhere with his tail between his legs. He still stood above that. He rose above it. I'm not saying you like these people, don't like these people. I'm only speaking upon their energy. But look at all the stuff Chris Brown had to go through when he made that big mistake. Is he still on top or what?
Yeah, he's still making big.
What you cut down. You gotta say it again, Queen.
Oh, he's making big money and big moves, yo.
Right, compared to, and look at all the stuff that he been through. That's what I'm saying. You dealing with a Cap or you dealing with a Taurus, baby, you can throw what you want at them. They gonna still make it happen. But I only said that because I'm speaking upon earth signs. When we're gonna get back to Virgo. I got a lot of good things. Virgos are very resilient. They resilient. They resilient. But the difference is, if they're going through something, they can't handle it as well as Taurus and Capricorn. If Virgo was going through something and stuff gets out of order, they get out of order. They get bipolar. They can't deal with something out of order. So can you imagine if their mind is out of order? See, people don't consider that when they're dealing with Virgos. They can't deal with stuff that's out of order. So imagine if their mind or their thoughts or whatever is out of order. That's when they start wanting to break stuff, smash stuff, and they become really, really mean, very mean people. And they say nasty stuff to you. But in all reality, they're just projecting what they are feeling because their mind is out of order. Unlike unlike Taurus and Capricorn, they might not project that on you. They're going to just keep on moving. They're not going to change their mind state. If their mind is out of order, they still got that eye on the prize and they still going to get it done. They're not going to spin out of control like Virgo. If I say anything wrong, let me know. Hey, Too Fly for you. Hey, sweetie. Let me know how I'm doing, boss lady. Boss lady? Oh, we're going to go on with the video. She'll be right back.
Parents are dead, go visit your parents. And you'll probably get off on the whole gothic shit. I would think you people like hanging out with graveyards anyway, yet you still never go see your fucking parents or your grandparents and all that shit. That's what you
and
really
they don't
connect to. There's a card called the Five of Pentacles. I suggest every Virgo go look that card up. Pentacles is already a suit. If you study tarot, you know Pentacles are the suit of the earth sign. It's already Virgo, but the 5 in the tarot card is the Hierophant card, which is basically like the Pope, which is like questions and answers. Basically. So you say it's a question and answer session. You see what I'm saying? So questions and answers. Me and you, meaning that basically if me and you think about like a job interview process. You see what I'm saying? It's question and answers. You see what I'm saying? Who are you? What do you do for a living? Shit like that. So, but like what you run into with a Virgo is like when you look at the Five of Pentacles, it's a picture of a woman walking down the street. You know what I'm saying, with somebody following, probably her son, or maybe it might be her husband, it might be her brother, something, you know what I'm saying, and he's on crutches, and they're outside in the cold walking past the church. You know what I'm saying, and they could go into church if they want to, you know what I'm saying, but they chose not to for whatever reason, or maybe they were forced out of church, nobody knows, but they're just walking past this church and it's freezing cold outside, you know what I'm saying. So what it's telling you is that when you go into a question and answer session with Virgo, you know what I'm saying, or like when the stage is set for the Hierophant, they kind of get cold, like they look at life as cold, like it's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? You don't know where I come from. You know what I'm saying? I got a fucked up past, and life is about struggle, and life is about work, and life is about getting through this and plowing through this. And even though shit may seem hopeless, we gotta push through, we gotta survive, we gotta be like, that's kind of how they get into with their job when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, work, when it comes to life, when it comes to about like the big questions in life and shit like that. You get the Five of Pentacles. So like, if you're dating a Virgo, if you're in a relationship with a Virgo, you know a Virgo, you're trying to get some answers, or even if you are a Virgo, I highly suggest you do research on the Pentacle suit in general, but especially the Five of Pentacles, because that's kind of where y'all be stuck at. Intimidation easily stops them from being themselves. They easily get intimidated and stops them from taking bigger steps in life. They get long-term distractions we talked about before. Also, the Seven of Pentacles, which is another thing we're talking about. Seven is the Chariot, which is ideas, different ideas coming together. You got good and bad coming together. Fat meets skinny, white meets black, dark meets light, the sun meets the moon. Opposite energies coming together. Like we got a club, all different types of energies. Black men, white women, black women, white men, you're saying DJ, all types of music, everything's being all being put on together. You know what I'm saying? It's called the Chariot. So when that plays out in the Pentacles card, the Seven of Pentacles, the guy standing there looking at his crops growing, and he's like, shit, I don't know if my crops are going to grow. I don't know if they're going to grow. They might grow. If they do, they don't. They don't. They don't. Hey, it is what it is. I tried my best. Hey, whatever happens, it's in God's hands. I'm not going to worry about it. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of type Virgo's approach to life. Same shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? You come at them on a situation or they might even come at you like, hey, I want to do this. I want to do this. Let's get this started. I want to try this. Get a new job, new career, new opportunities, new growth. But then, like, when this ball actually gets going, they're like on some shit like, hey, man, I tried my best. What you know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it's like. They're going to be hypercritical. You know what I'm saying? Are these crops growing? Are they good enough? Are they shiny enough? Are they crispy enough? They're never going to be perfect. Like, no matter what comes up off the ground, they're never going to be satisfied with what comes up off the ground. You know what I'm saying? And they kind of looking at it like, well, that's it. You know what I'm saying? I highly suggest you look at the Seven of Pentacles. Also, the Nine of Pentacles, which is a woman standing in the garden, you know what I'm saying, with a falcon on her arm, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's an abundance of wealth and shit around her, which looks beautiful to an earth sign, but at the same time, like, to an air sign like myself, I see it's too much shit going on in this car. This is a hoarder. This is too much shit going on. You know what I'm saying? A lot of Virgos hoard shit. They don't throw shit out. Like when you watch that TV show Hoarders, a lot of times I definitely get a Virgo-esque. This is it smell like a Virgo up in here. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times when you watch Hoarders, so when I look at the Nine of Pentacles, I do see somebody who's happy in a lot of abundance, and that's the type of person they are. Improvement or growth. Instead of the Mad Hatter, right? You know the story of the Mad Hatter from Alice in Wonderland. Somebody was stuck at the table, was stuck in time, who couldn't get away from the table. So every time you see the Mad Hatter, he was there, stuck at that table because time froze on him. So that's kind of where Virgos are. You know what I'm saying? They're kind of like the Mad Hatter. Like they're not improving and growing. They're kind of stuck at the table and it's 6 o'clock and it's like it's the same day over and over again. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing that they need to work on. Is they need a formula for growth more so than a formula for practicality. They will make you feel guilty to get your money. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, I'm fucked up. Man, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do my house. What's going to come? What's going to do, man? These money, these type of people beggars for money. They fuck up the money that they have. A lot of Virgos can become loan sharks because they like power and money, like intimidate people over money and shit like that. Slumlords, you know what I'm saying, moving several people into one apartment or 2 apartments and shit like that, trying to get as much money as they can from very small, you know what I'm saying, apartments, like, you know what I'm saying, they'll say that they're going to be a friend, but they're really trying to get the rent money, and you'll see that once you don't have the rent money. They'll alienate their associates, like, remember like I said, the Scrooge fired somebody on Christmas Day, you know what I'm saying, instead of being like, cool or being like friends with their coworkers, they always like to keep that power dynamic going on like Scrooge, and they don't know if that's the same reason why they're gonna end up being sick of working where they work later on. They want to feel more powerful and famous for, you know what I'm saying, I mean for their hard work, which is good, but at the same time it's like that's not what they're going to talk about. They're going to really talk about themselves, like how great they are, and not necessarily their work ethic. The word Rodriguez means famous power, So like, you know what I'm saying?
Mute
You
your
need
mic,
fame
sis.
and power. That's what the word Rodriguez means. So if you ever meet a Virgo whose last name is Rodriguez, they're probably going to be very power hungry and trying to be famous. These types of spending hours at the job and want a domesticated spouse, like, you know what I'm saying? So they can spend hours and hours and at the job, you know what I'm saying? But if the shoe was on the other foot, their spouse was always at the job. You look at Marcia Clark, is a perfect example of that. This is a chick who was where her husband left her in the middle of the OJ trial because she was never at home, you know what I'm saying? But Virgos are notorious for leaving their partners for, you know what I'm saying, not being at work all the time. These type of people trick off, you know what I'm saying? Trick off means it's like type of people who
Trick off.
strippers, prostitutes,
Yeah.
whores.
Yeah.
They'll be married and
Oops.
still go out on
Oops.
dates.
Oopsie daisy.
And shit like that. Dinners with female secretaries and female assistants and shit like that.
And people be like, no. I try to tell people that too. Now, to prove what he's saying, have you ever watched Black Ink? Tell me, Donna is not a Virgo, and so is Sky. They are straight Virgos, and they love having it. They love being trick-offs, okay? But at least they're not undercover. They show you. The Virgos, this is how Virgos gets down. You see how Donna be, and then now she like the men and the women and all that other stuff, and so do Sky. Sky was so rude. Remember, Sky was abandoned. Again, the perfect example. If y'all know who Sky is on Black Ink. Sky was abandoned and done wrong when she was a child. Look how she did her 2 sons. She did her last son so bad, that's what got her kicked off the show.
Yeah, she repeated it triple time.
That's a perfect example. Thank you, Sky. That's a perfect example. She didn't know how to love them boys. And then once, especially, and then the youngest one, she went into that young boy so bad he almost cried at the things that she said to that boy. And then I have seen it done too with Virgo mothers where they literally will fight their kids. And they are so chaotic because of how they was raised. But that's a perfect example. Sky is perfect. She lost her job because her behavior towards her son was so, I don't know if y'all seen it or not, but it was, they didn't even show the whole thing, boss lady, because they had to blink some stuff out, and that's her son. She made it seem like they had to love her for now. She never go back like a lot of Virgos don't do. They don't go back to their childhood and make it up with their kids. Like, this is what's happened and what's up. What up? Yeah, okay, I left you. And they don't understand how bad they hurt their kids. The negative Virgos, not the loving Virgos. So please don't get neither one of them twisted saying that it's not me. Then I'm not talking about you. But I've seen it happen too many times between Virgos and Cancers. What you got to say, love?
Oh, what I gotta say is that Virgos and Cancers.
Yeah, they both, their adulthood is from their childhood. They don't separate. For some reason, it's really hard for them to get out of that. Some will mature, some will seek help, some were like if you truly
And you know
maturing.
the thing is, I know a lot of Cancers and a lot of them that are older still bobbing.
Your microphone
Like
messing up,
16.
Queen. Now you're good.
They're
You good
bobbing
now.
around. They still bobbing around like they 16, but they're older. Oh, seniors still got a mind. A lot of Cancers.
I just sat
It's
there
like
and
they
called my
can't get
father.
over. It's like they can't get over their childhood.
Yes, they cannot. And I'm so mad. I just called my pharmacist. She effed up me and her argument on the phone. She don't know. I'm gonna see her tomorrow. Right? She just don't know that. She don't know that. Shoot, she done messed me all up. But we shall continue with this. But I like to stop. So if you have any experiences, you can add on to what he's saying, or you can subtract from what he's saying. But remember, this is Cancer. I mean, Virgo. What do you think, like? What's in your mind? Like this is them. Let's carry on.
They're trying to fucking impress. You know what I'm saying? Even though they have a wife at home, they're sugar daddies. They chase prostitutes and strippers. They're very showy. They want to buy your love. If you watch the movie Can't Buy Me Love, that's a movie Virgo is probably into or should watch. But they're not romantic at all. They want to buy their way into your romance. They really need some water in their charts. Like these same type people come on here and say, well, you can't say all Virgos are like that. You know what I'm saying? But it's and which is true. So that's why I will tell every Virgo who does say that hopefully you have some water in your chart because you obviously need it. But you want to run with that thought. Like I don't know how to read astrology just because I'm not doing all of your other
all of your
planets
and moons and Venus
and
all
people
that.
should not be perfectionists. For all practical purposes, you should not be perfectionists because you are not perfect. You know what I'm saying? You're never going to be perfect. But these type of people, like, you ever see the movie Will Smith, who is a Virgo, the movie Pursuit of
Will
Happiness.
Smith is a Libra.
Libra. Of being
you
perfect,
messed up.
Not necessarily
Will Smith a
perfection, but
Libra.
they still will
Straight
expect
Libra.
perfection from you, which is a total fucking...
Yep.
Total hypocrisy.
Yep.
Virgo people should definitely trade stocks. You should definitely trade stocks. Not just stocks, you should definitely trade options, as I suggest to basically any sign, but really Virgos, because you want something to analyze, you want something to be overcritical about, why don't you put that energy into the stock market? That would be fucking great. Hypercritical. Can't even explain to you, especially young, like when they still young, you know what I'm saying, these people are douchebags. They fucking shit on their own friends. And then get pissed at them when, you know what I'm saying, when they get there, hey man, I'm just trying to help you, I'm just trying to tell you, like, you're talking about shit that's very personal to them, and they will just fucking show no remorse for what's up. They breed off your insecurity, they feed off your insecurities, you know what I'm saying, they almost breed off your insecurities, you know what I'm saying, like, all of their plans, the whole relationship is based on your insecurities, and you quote unquote trying to fix them, but it's really just an excuse for them to fucking sit out and got to make themselves feel better about the situation that they're in. Sex addicts, obviously, most people know this about Virgos, that they can be addicted to sex, they can be addicted to porn, they can be addicted to going to strip clubs, shit like that, you know what I'm saying, being around just debauchery and sexy environments and shit like that. Something about Virgos, like I said earlier, the Sagittarius, I don't know what it is about Virgos and Sagittarius, man, but like, I don't know, maybe Virgos just get off on hearing that, you know, that shit, the personality that Sagittarius have with the laughter and all of the over the top abundance of fucking, you know, like I said before, Virgos have some type of weird mix with Sagittarius. They can be very violent, especially in their younger years.
Yep.
They don't want to let go of their dark side. Like I said before, like you look at Michael Jackson when he did Thriller, even though he hated it, he still embraced it. Yeah, like I said, Will Smith, you look at him embracing hip hop and embracing his artwork and like the things he did to become conscious of himself and to find himself. Virgos like to use their artwork or use some type of creativity to find themselves, even if it's some dark shit. They can like to control you through your pain. Life corrects a lot of Virgos. A lot of things that Virgos see their life a certain way and life comes along and corrects them and shows them it's totally the opposite of what they think it is. So like, we look at Virgo, a lot of Virgos that battle of the sexes. Like, so say a lot of Virgo women grow up thinking, I will never date a man that cheats on me. You know what I'm saying? But like life comes along and shows a lot of them, yes, you are going to date a man that cheats on you. So you look at Salma Hayek as a perfect example of somebody like that. Like Salma Hayek, she got pregnant with that was a billionaire. It turned out he had a whole other woman pregnant at the same time. He was saying she stayed with him. I think she ended up having an affair or something like that. But like you look at Salma Hayek, it's very headstrong Virgo like this woman. You know what I'm saying? you obviously can tell like she's the type of person growing up saying, I'm never gonna let nobody cheat on me, but she ended up staying with this guy because this guy had money. You know what I'm saying?
They better have some money. Shit.
Beyonce with Jay-Z, who's Sagittarius, you know what I'm saying?
He got that money. That's right.
Cheated on her.
That's
you know
right.
What I'm saying, with I believe several women. You know what I'm saying? She stayed with him obviously because Jay-Z got money. You know what I'm saying? But you can imagine Beyonce growing up saying she would never be married to somebody who was cheating on her. You know what I'm saying? But life came along and corrected them. You know what I'm saying? And the other thing too, like Virgo women, you look at a situation like that. Virgo women kind of don't. They kind of use men as accessories. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is two perfect examples of Virgo women who stayed with a man who was cheating on them. You know what I'm saying? But because the dude had money. You know what I'm saying? But they don't necessarily know what the man had to do to get that money. You know what I'm saying? So, if another man was doing the exact same, it's not necessarily the quality of the man. It's
let me tell you.
He had money from getting what the fuck he was doing. Because there's a lot of men who do exactly what their husband does.
Virgo ladies, y'all know it's true. Y'all know it's true. Yeah, y'all put up with shit if that and I ain't mad. Listen, I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you. Well, I put up with that from a broke ninja. I'm put up with that because your billion and my billion make 2 billion. So we cool. I ain't mad at that. Capricorn would do that too. I don't know too much about Taurus. I don't know if they would do that. That's a shame. I should know, but I don't know everything. Don't know everything. So I don't know about Taurus, but I know for a fact Virgo will and Capricorn will, because that's how they operate. I don't know. You will have to explain that, boss lady. That part I don't know. I never thought about that with Taurus ever. It's crazy. I never thought about that.
No, Taurus is we're too loyal. We
No, I mean putting up with somebody because they got that money. Like, I don't know.
No,
like,
no, we don't put up with you. We leave you your money.
Oh, okay, that's what I want to know.
And take
that's
care.
What we need to know.
And
That's what I wanted to know. I didn't have that answer. I'm glad boss lady felt that.
But if we gotta go, we better leave. We taking half.
You heard it from a Taurus herself. Thank you. That's crazy. I've never thought about that with Taurus. I had to ask.
Especially if you push me away. Oh, if you push me away.
Go ahead. This is Earth sign. We need to know these things.
Yeah,
I don't have the answer for that.
What I mean by that is, like, if you start a bunch of mess and you don't know, Virgo, blah 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 blah, I'm okay, but I think I'm wrong. I'm just sit there with the things I said. Nothing wrong.
So Taurus ain't putting up with your bullshit, basically. And I'm gonna take your money. I ain't gonna put up with it for prestige and stuff like that.
Not at all.
Ninja. Okay, she answered that question. So now, when I talk about Tauruses, now I can throw that in there because I've learned something new. And I don't know any Tauruses with the point of reference where I can say I've never seen a Taurus
we love
anybody or didn't see that.
The thing about it is this: we love, but we're not going to let you put us out there where we're going to be looking for.
Oh, okay.
Be, made a food of. No.
Thank you, my bull, the goddess, the queen of the chat. Okay, let's carry on. We learned something new. Well, I learned something new. I could tell you about Taurus, but I totally didn't bother to think about that.
Does. You know what I'm saying? They just don't make as much money. You know what I'm saying? But a Virgo woman will leave that same caliber of man who don't have that much money. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you look at Salma Hayek or you look at Beyonce in that same situation. If them men wasn't rich, you better believe they would walk right out. You know what I'm saying? But they stay with him because he has the money. But what did he have to do to get that money? Like, you know what I'm saying? And like 9 times out of 10, you look at somebody like Jay-Z, or you look at like a billionaire, something like that. 9 times out of 10, they're gonna be, something's gonna be kind of fucked up there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Some type of principality is gonna be lost there in their pursuit of being rich.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So that should tell you something up front. Like, look, this is the type of person you're getting with. But like, because they shit is like battle of the sexes, they'll get with somebody like that, and like they'll like they say most times, well, they want their cake and eat it too. Like, they'll see him as a fucked up person for sleeping with another woman. But it's like, hello, if you go back through his life, this person's been doing fucked up shit for fucking years, but all of a sudden now he's a fucked up person. You married this motherfucker, but now all of a sudden he's a fucked up person because he's cheating on you. You know what I'm saying? And you stay with him regardless. Like, you know what I'm saying? These are the type of jokes that life will play on Virgos, because, you know what I'm saying, the way that they see life, and you know what I'm saying, they be on that battle of the sexes type shit. Oh, man. Alright, so every Virgo needs an Aquarius, especially now we're moving into this age of Aquarius. I highly suggest every Virgo person
I disagree with that. I
brutally
disagree.
honest with you, the same way that you're brutally honest with other people around you, because you're gonna need that, and you're gonna need somebody to tell you when you're fucking up.
They need a fire sign.
Virgos are very passive aggressive.
Yeah. Yeah.
They will get revenge.
Ooh.
Right, they get revenge on themselves after a heartbreak. Like, they become hoes and shit like that after they heartbroken. You know what I'm saying? So they'll take it out kind of on themselves and go like battle of the sexes. They'll kind of take it out on their other partner, you know, or take it out on the opposite sex or the same sex if they gay or homosexual. Very overcritical of themselves, beat up on themselves.
Yeah.
Afraid of their friend's success. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I was saying before, a lot of Virgos be scared that, you know what I'm saying, their partner or their children are going to surpass them in life on a successful, based on what they see as life, as far as money, house, car, you know what I'm saying, shit like that. Having a partner that's more beautiful and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? A lot of Virgos are afraid that their friends and their family are going to pass them in life. And, you know what I'm saying, they think that, you know, because they think that everybody's sitting around talking shit about them, and, oh, look, so-and-so's not on my level, and they think if people sit around talking about them like that, like they're not. Very envious.
We're going to do a part 2 tomorrow. Part 2 tomorrow.
Spouse. Like, a lot of times Virgos will check out, you know, their friend's spouse and shit like that. Like, when they interact, like, man, did you see so-and-so's wife? Did you see so-and-so?
Yep.
Like, these type of people that do that type of shit, you know what I'm saying? And not necessarily that they will actually go and fuck, but they will sit around and talk like that, like, you know what I'm saying, and objectify.
Yeah, I've noticed that. Yeah, that part is true.
About it, Virgo.
Yo, we both had to comment on that. We both had to stop on that one because we both got Virgo friends. Go ahead, Queen.
Oh my goodness. My boyfriend was a Virgo, and we were at my aunt's house, and we were in her garage, and you know, her neighbor, we were having a good old school party and stuff. And I don't know what he was saying to the neighbor. I was talking to some other people. Girl, I looked over and my auntie had grabbed my man and had him by his polo shirt and was snatching him up and carrying on. And I'm like, auntie, what are you doing? You're getting off a man. She's like, oh, he's over here flirting with something. She really tried to jump on him. Flirting with him. It was my man, but her man.
Yeah, I've seen that too, but especially the part where he said they might not act on it, but because I know a lot of Virgos, they talk about other people, men or other people, women, with such excitement, and I'm like, oh, okay.
And the girl was a Virgo too, and guess what she did? She ran home and went next door and went home and got in her bed. You know, she really wasn't trying to act on it. It was just But my auntie got she's a Virgo. I mean a Sagittarius.
And he both said they got something in common, but that's one of the things they have in common. But yeah, you breaking it down today. You breaking it down, boss lady. Yeah, that's my boo.
Yay. Well, I got a lot in common with them Virgos.
So I picked a good bit. I'm doing part 2 tomorrow. So
does he have the part 2?
It will be a part 2.
Does he have
he's doing this
Taurus too.
Oh, why he hate Taurus?
Yeah.
I don't know if I showed it, but I'll do it again. I don't care. But I was gonna show more. 823, 823. You are a cuffs baby. You got Leo traits. You are really confused and conflicted with yourself. So that's like I knew for a fact Kobe Bryant, because his birthday is also a 23. I always knew when he was being a Virgo, and I always knew when he was using his Leo traits or when he was using his because I couldn't understand him for the sake of nothing. I know, but he's passed away now, so I can't say what I used to say about Kobe because there's nothing personal to him. But I'm like heavily. I used to be heavily into sports. So anybody who beat my New York teams, I don't like you just for your existence because you're playing against my teams. But I grew out of that. But I used to say some things about him. But I could tell once I got old. I'm like, hold up. He's a cuss fan. I get him now. I get it. I still didn't like him because you beat my team. I don't like you. That's it. But let's carry on. But after this, then we're going to I'm going to see what's going on with Nature Nut. But it's going to be a part 2 tomorrow. It's going to be definitely a part 2 because it's a lot to these Virgos. People don't know. It's somebody too. We got one girl for Scorpio. She has a whole channel me and her go at it all the time, but I respect her gangster. When I respect your gangster, I respect your gangster. I don't have to agree with everything that you say, and neither do you have to agree with everything that I say.
Hey,
but
sis,
if you my boo, you my boo. Yeah, baby.
do you think that Nathan, that baby mama came so she could get him a place because they wasn't able to get a place?
Wait, somebody put in the chat, Miss Meat said they staying at his manager. That's the manager house.
Because
So,
they weren't able to
I don't know.
And I think that I think he dragged her out there to try to get in that man.
I think what you're saying is absolutely true, but Miss Meat said that's the person, his quote unquote manager's house that he's fronting that is his. Well, I was digging to that. I'll see what's going on. But I also want to do the video that I wanted to do yesterday because he's a dream snatcher. What he did to his son was terrible. But we're going to talk about that right after this is over. But I'm going to do a part 2 to Virgo. I wanted to do I wanted to do Gemini, but I'm like, a lot of people don't understand Virgo. They need to understand Virgo a little bit more. And it's a guy. He's a Virgo. And he got his channel is all about Virgos. And who is the best person to explain their traits than the person themselves? And it's a girl, she's a Scorpio. And she breaks down Scorpio to the T. But her whole channel is about Scorpios because people is more complex than the 5 minutes that somebody's telling you about somebody. So it's best to explain like all the questions and all the things, all the misconceptions that people have. It's better that it come from the person who is the sign itself, not an astrologer, because you're going to get only but so much from an astrologer. That's why I always act like if you're on here, I would say, like if your co-host, my co-host is here, you will always hear me say, did you experience that with such and such, or is what they're saying is true or not true? And you going, yeah, and you breaking it down today, boss lady. That's why you are the queen. She's my queen. Now I know where I got it from when I call you. She's my queen. You know, Nas song. Well, Nas song, I know I can't be what I want to be. And then at the end of the song, he said when the boy, he wants the boy when he get a girl and say, she's my queen. And I was like, that's where I get it from. She's my queen. But yes, you is definitely the queen.
She's going in.
And guess what? Guess what? Another Virgo. Speaking upon another Virgo. Speaking upon Nas, another Virgo. It's something about them Virgos though. They just something just like so mysteriously sexy about them to me. I just can't get one because every time I get ready to get with a Virgo, the conversation is so good and we have so much fun that I don't see you in that type of light. I don't see you in that type of light no more.
They're very loyal.
Hell to the no, no, no.
Oh yes,
They ain't nothing loyal. Virgos?
If they loyal to you, they loyal.
That's the mature one. That's the mature ones. That's the mature ones. And that's like you gotta hopefully you gotta pick that right one out the bag. You better hope you pick that one. But they about that, huh? They about that. They about that sex life, baby. I believe me. I'm telling you. For some reason, I have mad Virgo people, mad Virgo, and like they said, the man said in the other video. But maybe you can go back and watch the other video, the beginning of the video. But if they're loyal to you as long as you're doing for them, they are loyal to you as much as what you can provide for them. If you can't provide something for them, that loyalty goes out the window. It has to be a reason. Like, you're loyal because it don't have to be a reason. You're just a loyal person. With the Virgo, it better be a reason. With a Capricorn, it better be a reason. It better be a reason. And you better have some prestige. You better have some clout. You better have some connections. I better be able to network. But you better have something. See, so if they're loyal, that means you offering them something. And that, I'm not mad at you. I'm not. One thing about a lot of things your earth signs do, I'm not mad at you. But see, certain traits is there for you to learn from people. I like the fact that, no, you ain't going to use me. You better, ain't nothing going on but the rent, boo. Hello? Oh, you don't want to pay the rent? I'm going to stay with you and my next man going to pay the rent. But, hello? But you will get done dirty. You will get done dirty. Unless you got some members. Earth.
Envy people. Them Virgos is here.
Or they could be the best givers. It depends on which one you get. Because you got the users are the ones that's stingy. You got the users. You got the tricksters. Them the ones are very stingy. But then you got the ones that would just like give you like their shirt off their back, like literally. But they're crazy at the same time. So that all depends, So I tell you, when you start dating people and you know what their sign is, that's a little help. So you can say, okay, if they're not spending money on a first day or second day, I might got the user one. So before I invest my feelings in this person, I got to go. I'm already seeing it. Okay, he's the user one. So we're going to finish with let my man please check his channel. He don't do videos like he used to. But I've been watching him for a while too. And then part 2 tomorrow, but I'm still coming back on with another video. It just won't be this. It won't be the Zodiacs.
But then, like, when when the person who's on the receiving end of that starts talking about their kids, like, the Virgo person just tune the fuck out. Like, they won't even fucking care. Like, they'll actually look at them as fucked up for talking about their kids. Like, oh, because I don't want to talk about my kids, now they want to talk about their kids. Like, no, that's kind of just how conversation works with fucking assholes.
Damn.
People, and when they do brag on their kids, they're not really bragging on their kids. They're really bragging on themselves. Like, oh, yeah, my son, somebody. It's really about it's not my son or my daughter. It's really about my, yes, and yes, I raised them. And
yup. That is so true.
Virgo people say shit like that to their own kids, like, oh, don't think you're the shit now because you fucking graduated from college, I'll still beat your ass. Like, you know what I'm saying? I've seen, like, mind you, they joking and shit like that, but like, that shit is fucked up. Like, he thinks he's the shit now because he got, like, they'll talk shit about their own fucking kids. You know what I'm saying? I'm the one that made you. I'm the one that brought you to this universe. Like, they always operating on that level more so than like really legitimately being proud of their fucking kids. You know what I'm saying?
That part is true, Shimmer. Shimmer, that part is true. That's true.
Virgo men can be male whores.
Yep.
A lot of them. They're very inverted, very inside themselves.
Intricate.
What's the word? Introverted.
Oh,
Introverted and
okay.
also inverted. Virgo brothers make very bad older brothers. Virgo sisters make very bad older sisters.
Damn.
People they send their younger sisters
Really?
off on some stupid shit, especially growing up, and they still trying to find themselves.
I don't know about that part.
They're
So,
younger brothers and sisters, and this is how the world operates when it's not how the world operates at all. But they'll base it on that principle along and say, this is the earth, we're on earth, this is how the world operates. Like, no, motherfucker, it's not. You're just being controlled by a stupid ass fucking Virgo.
Damn.
Utterly insecure, very fussy, easily hurt, like I said before, easily offended. They worry way too much. Let's get into that one. Let's do some Virgo celebrities. Here we go, some Virgo celebrities. We're gonna go with Phil Jackson, who obviously.
Hey, Angel.
More rings, I think, than any other coach, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, sir.
Very analytical, you know what I'm saying? But you can imagine being married to Phil Jackson, what that's like. Stop thinking about that for a second. Probably a fucking nightmare.
Oh, damn.
Also, Kobe Bryant, Virgo, you know what I'm saying? And that goes to say a lot of times, say Virgo and Virgo don't mix, you know what I'm saying? Meaning that, like, when you put two Virgos working together,
that is so true.
One is going to be more critical than the other.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You look at the situation with, mind you, Kobe Bryant's a perfect example of somebody that same hand to create, the same hand to destroy. You know what I'm saying? When he went through, I think the 2005-2008 season, fucking terrible. He ended up actually leaving.
Jay-Z is a Sagittarius. Jay-Z Sagittarius.
Michael Jordan, you know what I'm saying? Shit worked perfect. You know what I'm saying? Because Michael Jordan, air sign, you can pick up, you can download the program, you can get up and move around. You know what I'm saying? You put a Virgo in a Virgo, put Phil Jackson with Kobe Bryant, damn near recipe for disaster. You know what I'm saying? Until, you know what I'm saying, eventually you got it right. But like, you know what I'm saying, in the beginning it was very difficult for Kobe. You know what I'm saying? Kobe was the type of person who changed the whole NBA in regards to like, you know what I'm saying, talking shit in public, like, you know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
the Leo.
Kobe was, a lot of people wanted to compare Kobe to Jordan in the beginning, but like,
that's
it
the
became
Leo.
increasingly more clear
and Kobe.
That Kobe was not Michael Jordan. Like, Kobe was hated, but even by own people in LA, you know what I'm saying? Until, you know what I'm saying, he finally ended up getting his shit together, you know what I'm saying? But you can see how in the beginning, like, it was very difficult to like Kobe Bryant because it's just the shit he was doing. Plus, he was cheating on his wife. I mean, well, you know, just cheating on his wife, but like, you know what I'm saying, he had the rape case going on and shit like that. Like, you see how this is a guy who had a perfect opportunity, you know what I'm saying, that fucked it up like so many Virgos do. You look at Michael Jackson, same situation as a Virgo, fucked up perfect. Like, world's greatest entertainer, fucked it up. You know what I'm saying? And tragic. You know what I'm saying? And like a lot of Virgos, like I was saying before about
Pink is also a Virgo.
You know what I'm saying? Perfect opportunity when they get in the door, shit is fucked up.
Yeah.
You know like,
hey boo.
Virgos, even just this month, like I was saying before, it's just like Virgos are just naturally like retrograde, man. It's just, like this is the same hand to create, the same hand to destroy. Jesse Owens was a Virgo, obviously broke records, went over to Germany. Yeah, so Jesse Owens went over to Germany. He ended up dying from lung cancer because he smoked the heavy chain smoke, and he ended up going bankrupt at one point in his life. Like a lot of Virgos ended up doing that. Mickey Rourke, I don't know if you know the story, Mickey Rourke, look it up, same hand create, same hand destroy. Lennox Lewis, who knocked out Mike Tyson, was Virgo. Huckabee, Robert Shapiro. If you watch the film OJ, the O.J. Simpson trial, you know what I'm saying, the TV series, John Travolta was Aquarius, gave an excellent portrayal of Robert Shapiro with the Virgo and just his little peculiar ways of he was acting. As a great interpretation of Virgo Man by Aquarius, and great movie, great series. Shelley Long on Cheers. You watch her character on Cheers. There's a great reference point from a Virgo. Dr. Phil, who had tons of lawsuits, he ended up getting sued a couple of times. If you look at a lot of stuff that Dr. Phil is going through outside of court, you look at a lot of stuff that's very Virgo-esque. John Stump, who is the CEO of Wells Fargo, which is the largest bank in the world, born September 15th, who just recently was in charge. They going through a scandal. Well, Charles going through a scandal right now, and they're being fined all type of fines and stuff because they were setting up fake accounts and stuff like that. And John Stump, who's a Virgo, is the CEO, and this is a perfect example of a Virgo who basically dropped a very huge ball dealing with money. Gloria Estefan, who is a huge star who bus flipped over. She almost died in a bus crash.
Oh,
She
yeah,
was at the
yeah,
height of her
yeah.
career.
Mm-hmm.
Richard Wright.
Idris
If you
Elba.
read his book, you definitely will see
Virgo.
Virgo type
Big
writing.
Daddy
White
Kane.
Boy,
Virgo.
things he's writing about.
Swiss
Charlie
Beats.
Sheen, who's HIV
Virgo.
positive, who's a womanizer, and also you look at his character in a lot of films. He's very typical Virgo. Bill Murray, a lot of his roles.
Yo, let me tell you the funniest thing. If it wasn't for copyright, I would have showed you the interaction with two Virgos. And the way they act. Remember, I keep telling you, Virgos up there with Gemini, they got the gift of gab. They got the gift of gab. They would sell ice to an Eskimo. A Virgo would sell ice to an Eskimo. So it was crazy because Swiss Beats is a Virgo. And what's his name? He does the show Drink Champs. He does the show Drink Champs. Oh God, Noriega? Yeah, Nori. So them two Virgos, they didn't realize they both was doing the same thing. So while he's trying to get information out of Swiss Beats, and Swiss Beats was shocked because Swiss Beats looking like, this is what I do. So then I guess Nori had to say, that's that Virgo. That's that Virgo in us. Then Swiss Beats thought about it, like, damn. So Swiss Beats, it's crazy when you be around your own sign and they throw something at you that you do, that like what you do. It's like so funny. But if it wasn't for copyright strikes, I would show you the interaction between the two Virgos. I was like, it's both like they both were sitting up there hustling and selling stuff, and they got a thing. If you be around Virgos and they want to do something negative, they got a way of convincing everybody that's in them to do it. They good like that. They good like that. They have a way of, if you say, oh no, I don't smoke, they'll find 50 million ways before that night is over to get you to puff on something. And you didn't even, after all the no's that you said, you're finally fall captive to it. Because they good hustlers and swinglers. Hey, it is what it is. They good hustlers, they good swingers, they are called the tricksters. You got to be careful with them, honey. They'll be having you doing shit that you don't normally do. They are not, unless you like stone in your ways and you don't bend. But even if you don't, they're going to still, because they got the gift of gab, they up there with Gemini. They're going to have you doing shit. Have you ever experienced that, boss lady? Not probably with you because you're more stern, but maybe how they tricked other people into doing stuff. Come on now. Hey, LT, how you doing, beautiful?
I done been Virgos. I have you in the middle of a war.
Mm-hmm.
And been sitting up there talking about, I don't know why this is happening. And you over here fighting for your life.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she said, LT, she said, you are right. Don't forget to watch the whole video, LT. Please go back, watch the video. And don't forget to come back for part 2 tomorrow. And thank you for coming in here.
Hey,
me and my co-host, the queen,
girl?
Too Fly for ya. You know, but honey, them people, please, that Virgo's very good with the gift of gab. So if you think you hustling them, they hustling you. Like they're the ones, and Virgos are good for having a hookup. That's why it's good to have Virgo as a friend too.
Because you know what? If you want them to do something for you, if you want them to do something, I'm gonna tell you, my cousin is a Virgo, and I wanted her to do something for me. Now I ain't no sense in me. Cousin, you know what I do? I reach right in my purse and pull out a crispy $100 bill and no questions asked.
Yeah, but they always Virgos is good to have as a friend because they
They
always
like
got the
money.
hookup.
They like
Yeah,
nice
but
stuff and they like money.
right, they got the hookup, baby. That show I got the hookup. They always it's like when it come down to a hustle, it's like they like let's say you do drugs. Well, girl, I gotta go get this. Oh no, don't worry about it. I know somebody who'll get it for you at this price. I'm like, they always got a hookup. They
Mm.
make they. I mean, like I said, you must be useful to a Virgo. You must be useful to uh. You must be useful to a Capricorn. That's what them two have in common as Earth signs. Remember, all three Earth signs. Certain things like they may not like Taurus. They're not going to be with you for the money. We found that out today. They'll take your money and leave you, but they ain't staying with you for your money. Unlike Capricorn and Virgo. Not saying all Virgos put up with shit. I never said that. But like I said, well, my $1 billion and your $1 billion, that make $2 billion. So we 2 billionaires. So a lot of them have that type of mindset. Like it's like dating, being with them is more like a business transaction. If you understand, it's not like a love transaction. But that's an earth sign for you. Earth sign, remember they deal with the senses. They deal with what they can feel, touch. You know, that's water sign for you. That's dealing with the feelings. Just like a earth sign may get their life shattered because they dealing with. I mean, a water sign may get their life shattered because they dealing with an earth sign. Earth sign ain't got no time for that feely shit. Ain't no months. I know. You better get out there and find a job. You better do something. And poor Virgo, but I love you. I love them. Love don't pay these bills. What have you done for me lately? That is an earth sign. What have you done for me lately? And guess who made that song? Janet Jackson, who's also a Taurus in earth. Every time
Okay, and she said it best.
hello, the Tauruses don't play. Them earth signs don't play. What have you done for me lately? They
And
not all
who
that.
made that who made that song No Scrubs?
Um, it's, you know what? It's not the fact that who made it. I'm gonna blow you. I'm gonna crack you up. It was TLC who made it, but
It was her name.
the
Candy.
writer, the
Candy.
writer of the song is a Taurus.
Mm-hmm. Candy.
That's
Uh-huh.
Candy. Remember, TLC did the song.
Mm-hmm.
But the writer of the song is a
Was
Taurus. The Taurus is
yes.
letting you know, and I'm telling you, that's a not because she's a Taurus, because that's an earth sign for you. No, I don't want no scrub. Hey, you can't get listen. You can't get mad at the. A lot of people like to throw that back, like a lot of men when they want to date the great women, they like to throw them songs out there to make it seem like y'all wrong for that. But the Taurus don't give a damn. They letting you know. Don't play with me. What have you done? What have you done for me lately? Ain't nothing going on but the rent. And no, I don't want no damn scrub. Damn it. Take your love someplace else. I can love you later. This is what I need to be done. But I still love you, but I can't love you like that. Like this is a business transaction, and my mother is a Taurus, husband cat. I don't play no games. I pull from the pieces, though. I don't care about the talk exactly. Where's the production and results? Bam! There you have it. There you have it. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Let's go.
Rose, dark humor, very serious face comedy, very typical Virgo. Divorce, several divorces. Terry Bradshaw, several divorces. Uh, Lance Armstrong had one of was widely regarded as one of the greatest um, bicyclists in the world. Had a huge scam that rocked his career. Same hand to create, same hand to destroy. Rocky Marciano, um, Cal Ripken Jr., who broke records for showing up for every game, is true Virgo. Broke records for never missing a game. Regis is a Virgo. Lindenberg Johnson. Rosie Perez. Tommy Lasorda. A lot of these people I'm naming. Yeah. Margaret Taylor. You should go find a picture of her and look at a picture of Margaret Taylor, the way she dresses, and like that's a great point to look at. A lot of Virgo women have the same similar type of form, like in the way that they dress and the way that they carry themselves. Margaret Taylor is a great. Uh, that's a lot of times when I think of Virgo women. That's kind of how I see Virgo women, and like you just have to go look at Colonel Sanders, who started KFC. You look at the way he dressed. That's typical Virgo. B.B. King, who's a master of the blues, singing. You listen to his music. It's very Virgo-esque. Jeremiah Wright, who was the preacher in the Obama scandal when Obama, came into office. You listen to the things he's saying, his tone. Bill O'Reilly, no surprise there. He's a Virgo. You look into his past, he's had a very questionable past. Adam West, who played Batman, who played the first Batman, he's a Virgo. A lot of these people I'm naming, if you go back through in Wikipedia, a lot of these people, you will see a lot of problems somehow through like a divorce, bankruptcy, like some type of, Virgo syndrome will have kicked in somewhere, like, where they'd have been through a divorce or, abuse of court filings or something like that. Like, you look at Marsha Clark is another example. I gave example of her. Like, when she went through a divorce in the middle of doing the OJ trial, she was always criticizing her hair and stuff like that. Like, a lot of these people I'm naming, if you go research them, you will definitely see exactly what I'm saying, that they got a lot of these bogus traits. Ivan the Terrible, need I say more? It's poster boy for Virgo. Cat Williams, this is the dude, what we call the Virgo verse, which is like a walking, living retrograde. Just like he takes 2 steps forward and take 1 step back. He's a perfect example of somebody who the same hand creates is the same hand to destroy. Tyler Perry, you look at him, you look at his movies. A lot of this stuff is set up in same thing, divorce, battle of the sexes, stuff like that. You look at his plays, and you look at Medea, him, dressing up like a woman, stuff like that. Exploitation of the sexes and stuff like that. Tyler Perry, true Virgo. Yasser Arafat was a Virgo. Dave Chappelle was a Virgo. This is a perfect example of somebody who same hand to create, same hand to destroy, fucked up his whole career. Joan London, Virgo. You see same thing with the hair. A lot of these people too. A lot of Virgos. You always know something like with their hair. Like it's always something weird with Virgos with their hair. Like it's always something. Like Michael Jackson, Joan London was another example of that. You look at Cat Williams, his hair. It's always just something like Marsha Clark had something going on in her hair. Leslie Jones had something going on in her hair. They just always had some type of just weird hair thing going on. Margaret Sanger, the woman who started Planned Parenthood, with a proud advocate of eugenics, was a Virgo. Pee Wee Herman, another person who fucked up his own career, got caught jerking off in a movie theater. But at the same time, you see too, he got the Virgo, the character he created. The guy who put the Beatles in Suits. The Beatles didn't play in Suits until they met their manager. I can't think of his name, but he was the guy that suggested they put them in Suits, and he was actually pissed off that in the first. I remember reading the story that during the first meeting of the Beatles, the first time that they all met up and they were going to introduce him as the manager, he was upset that one of them was going to be late, but one of the Beatles had joked. They said, "Oh, don't worry about it. Well, at least he'll be clean." And that kind of made everything okay. And it was funny that he didn't realize what he was saying, because to a Virgo, somebody saying, "Oh, well, he's only late because he was taking a shower," but don't worry, he'll be clean, was the exact perfect thing to say to a Virgo. And I think Tom Hanks was supposed to be playing him in a movie. I can't think of the guy's name, but Like he actually, that's another thing. He died early before getting to really enjoy the really height of the Beatles' career. He was also a homosexual. Tommy Lee Jones. You look at him in his face and just the way he takes.
Hold on.
I believe he also
Let
went to the
me
forest. Jeff Foxworthy.
read some of you guys' comments. Let's read LT comments. She said, my first love was a Virgo. I'm loving your breakdowns. I will watch the play black for sure. Thank you, LT. And my mother is a Taurus. Husband, cat. Okay, I read that part already. I just thought that somebody else said something else and I missed it. But I got you. We up to par. This almost finished. And we're going to do a part 2 tomorrow because I have to come back on with a whole new stream. I ain't staying up late with y'all tonight. But I like you guys for staying up with me though. Y'all beautiful. And boss, you make sure you stay on after for a second.
I will.
Comedy. You can tell you're a redneck. But also too, I don't know if Jerry Seinfeld is a Virgo, but if you look at his type of comedy, when he said, "You ever notice that is right up a Virgo's alley too?" Like if you watch also the TV show The Office, or I also noticed a TV show Dead Like Me, which is another video I talked about in my Capricorn video. But like Virgos have this type of humor where it's like sitcoms where it's like the work environment, like even like with Cheers, or like even though it's a bar, it's still the work environment. But like shows with Virgos where the cast at the work environment is right up their alley. Gene Simmons from Kiss is a Virgo. Also two things with the hair. Chris Tucker is another guy who fucked up his own career.
Yeah.
Same hand create, same hand destroy. Look at his comedy too. His songs, all that is Virgo.
It's still a little wet.
Macy Gray, she was thing with the hair. She's all extra eccentric.
How's your back? Good.
Virgo. Bradford Marcellus.
Thank you. Yes. We take care of each
John
other.
Ritter.
You in the back too?
I don't know.
You in the back.
Can't read my own handwriting.
Yeah.
I guess Virgo probably have a field
But
day when I said that. Jada Pinkett, this is oh my god,
feet.
perfect example
My
of
feet
a
swole.
dark
See?
Virgo woman.
Then I take that and I rub
tried
it
to
on the
boycott
feet.
Hollywood
So
because
it's not
her
like it's
Virgo
my
husband
feet.
didn't get
Sometimes,
nominated for an
you know,
award.
when you go,
Same hand create, same hand destroy. You look at the character from Weeds, Nancy Botwin. I don't know if anybody watched Weeds, but if you look at the character Nancy Botwin, it's definitely a Virgo woman. She's kind of a shitty businesswoman. She's a good businesswoman depending on how you look at it. But kind of bad with her family, kind of ignore her children a little bit. Want to be entrepreneur. That's a lot of just characteristics. You look at Nancy Botwin, she fits a characteristic of a Virgo. John Covey, who's a sex offender, Virgo. You look at the character from In Living Color, Bonita, who used to sit outside and say, she used to gossip about everybody when she said, "Oh, you ain't never heard that from me." She's kind of a Virgo. If you look at Kathy Bates from Misery, her character in there, she's definitely a Virgo. How she kind of saved dude, you know what I'm saying? But then she was like, keeping him prisoner for his own good. You know what I'm saying? Virgos, you know what I'm saying? Jeff Ross is a Virgo. You see the way he roasts everybody. He can super analyze, hypercritical about everything and turn it into a sick, dark joke. Like you say, the Virgin Mary was a Virgo in that she gave birth without having sex. You can do your own research on that. Janet Hubert, who played Aunt Vivian on
Fresh Prince
of Bel-Air. This is a woman who got herself, I believe, fired. Same hand create, same hand destroy, messed up her own career. Also, too, she was one that came in. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I believe Janet Hubert might be a Capricorn. But if you see, she was the one that came and put Jada Pinkett in her place when Jada Pinkett came out and was talking about getting banned in Hollywood. How Janet Hubert just came kind of poked up. That was some definitely like super Virgo energy. Like,
But it's crazy. Again, that's how you could tell. Even if it's not the absolute truth, it's some truth to it. What is Jada Pinkett Smith? A Virgo, right? Look how. Now Will's a Libra. She got Will when he was a young Libra, so he's hopping on everything he could hop on. You see, they've been married 25 years and going strong, right? She still stinged the shit back out of him by messing with that young boy and called it an entanglement and all that other bull crap. But it goes to show you, you can't, people be saying what they want about Jada Pinkett, but they will not say it about Beyonce. But both of them was in the same freaking boat. They both was dealing with cheaters. But honey, you gotta remember how much money Jada Pinkett Smith came in with when she started messing with Will, compared to what the money he had. That it says it all for itself. Look at Beyonce. She wasn't Beyonce. She was still with Destiny's Child. She wasn't the Beyonce that she is now. So look at the money that she came in with when she started dealing with Jay-Z. Exactly. Thank you. So people make it seem like she walked in messing with Jay-Z with Jay-Z money. No, she did not have Jay-Z money. But and again, I'm not knocking you. But Taurus said, "Hell to the no, no, no. Take your money and shove it up your butt," and I'm taking it. But for them, but I'm not knocking them, because remember the song that Beyonce made, "Ring the Alarm." She said, "Ring the alarm. I've been through this too long. I'll be damned if I see another chick on your arm. She be rocking my chinchilla coat if I let you go. She gonna blank, blank, blank if I let you go. If I let you go, damn if I let you go." She done, that's the Virgo's anthem. Check for you. You didn't hear that song, Boss Lady?
Yeah, she's
That's my song though, honey. That's my song though.
She is holding it down.
That's a true Virgo. I be damn. I've been through this too long. I be damn if I see another chick on you. She be rocking chinchilla coats. I let you go. Something to the something if I let you go. If I let you go, damn if I let no.
I had to listen to that song. I had to listen to that song real good. I wanted to understand what that girl was talking about.
Well, exactly, babies. That was a Virgo letting you know. That's a Virgo anthem. But I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you. No, I don't put in all this damn work for somebody to come on up in here and want to put on my shoes and stuff. Even though she tried to.
I think she put a spit image, clean up image on him because he had a bad image, and she was just a fresh young girl, Jay-Z.
She didn't fix his image. She didn't fix his image until towards the end.
I put like a little shine on it. He didn't fix it. That's like a little shine, you know.
No, in a sense, what you're saying is correct. Remember, he said, "I got the baddest girl in the game wearing my chain." So yeah, you're right. Yeah, I can see what you're saying because he said it himself. He said it himself. So yes, that's why she figured. You ain't gonna get a better combination than us two. Ain't no divorce. Same thing with Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith. Neither one of us. No, hell to the no, no, no. Neither one of us gonna find a better combination. Remember, it's about transactions. It's like a business. But Earth signs is more like a business transaction. I'm not mad at that. Get out your feelings. People be in their feelings too much. Get out your feelings And see, stop accept. That's what earth signs teach you. Stop accepting any old thing because they say I love you. Not saying all earth signs. We got some that's just as stupid as everybody else. But one that's true to their sign, all that love you shit, no. I ain't got no time for that. What you got to bring to the table? She gave him a vessel to move higher, which is what a Virgo is. Yeah, that's what I knew, right, LT? And he said it himself. I got the hottest chick in the game wearing my chain. Now get that dirt up your shoulder. You got to get that dirt up your shoulder. We got a little bit more of this. And then, hold on.
Saying how the things that Jada Pinkett was saying, how Jenny Hubert came out and just basically put her in his place, that was like a Virgo moment. Yeah, Leslie Jones, already said that before. Hugh Grant, who got caught with a prostitute, cheating on his wife with a prostitute, Virgo. Beyonce, who I should say, Becky with the good hair, that's some shit Virgo saying. And she also put out that song, Who Run the World, Girls. She also had a song, If I Were a Boy. And then the other song, Cater to You. These are all kind of Virgo songs in that. It's kind of exploiting the male-female dominate, what's the word?
Sierra sung it first, but anyway.
Battle of the Sexes, basically, to make a long story short. Virgos like to exploit that. It's very easy to get their skin rolling to a Battle of the Sexes. Blake Lively, who was a very beautiful woman. She had that little mole right there. Probably drives her crazy because she's a Virgo. She's probably obsessed with profession, but the little mole, I'm sure she, in the beginning, probably used to drive her crazy. I'm sure now she accepts it though. Will Smith won an Oscar.
He's a Libra. He's a Libra.
Rapper.
No, he is a thug. I just don't know Will Smith history.
And, he's also been rumored that he's gay. He's in a closet gay.
He's not a Virgo. I think the next video he corrects
Dwayne
himself.
Martin. Mind you, this is not rumored. I don't know
Dwayne Martin is.
Also,
Let me fast forward that because he's wrong information.
Super Virgo. You see, he's like peculiar. He has his own kind of brand of movies, like Mr. Adam Sandler movies. He's just kind of like in a class all by himself. 3 of his films are also on the list of the worst films ever made. Kobe Bryant, we talked about before. Wiz Khalifa, Battle of the Sexes, cheater, went through a divorce, lost a lot of money, stupid as fuck. Looks like a feminist. Also, he's a weird humanitarian. He does a lot of weird humanitarian shit. You also see the thing with the hair going on there with him. Pink, obviously you see the hair thing going on. Battle of the Sexes, divorce, got back together. True Virgo. Marsha Clark, we talked about before. Fucked up hair, divorce, fucked up perfect opportunity. She also ignored evidence that was.
Tomorrow I'm gonna bring some more Virgos into it.
Virgo.
I think Virgo. I already know. I think Virgo
has an album called Battle of the Sexes. Very peculiar.
Luda.
Music has his own kind of brand of music.
Luda.
See the thing with the hair going on.
But he about that business
Jimmy
though.
Fallon. This guy is at perfect opportunity. Total tool. Nobody. A lot of people do not like his comedy.
I like Jimmy Fallon. Hold up. I'm talking about my man right there. I enjoy him.
Slip and fell.
But he's a mean person in real life.
Typical Virgo.
A drunk in real life.
Laugh is very annoying. A lot of people hate that laugh. They think it's.
Hey, my Anna Banana is back. And I need for you to, if you can, plug in.
He's just kind of dry earth who kind of just got on good comedy. I'm gonna stop this right here. All right, so Bernie Sanders is a Virgo. He's also a weird
Part 2 would be tomorrow.
With the hair. He also Bernie Sanders has not had a good life, and
if you could plug in,
consistently keeps doing that shit on purpose. You know, this guy who's had a fucked up life, but that's what he chose. You know what I'm saying? Also, ran for president, lost. Also, as a Jew, a lot of people don't know that Bernie Sanders is a Jew.
You can't tell.
Flow Rider.
Oh, okay. Then I'll probably speak to you later then. I'm gonna
This is
speak
the
to
guy who
boss lady.
basically was nominated over 100 times for different awards and lost every time.
Damn, lost every
He
time.
also lost his home, lost over $1 million. Basically, he tried to sue somebody for over 150K. Said somebody basically ran off with a lot of his money. That's why he ended up going bankrupt. Cameron Diaz also has a weird humanitarian thing going on. She also cheated on Justin Timberlake and Ballad of Texas. Salma Hayek, we already talked about. Michael Keaton, who's a Virgo. You also see the movie Birdman, which is a great movie for all Virgos to watch. Michael Keaton kind of fits the role of the movie. Also, you look at Batman with the whole Gothic thing. Tim Burton was also a Virgo. This was, I guess, a scenario of two Virgos working good together on some dark Gothic shit where he was able to play Batman and Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice, you know, this thing with the hair. Again, which is created by Tim Burton, who's the guy dressed in all black, whole dark thing. That's the whole Virgo verse. Very quirky little thing. Edward Scissorhands. Also, you see that character, fucked up hair, dressed in all black Gothic. Was written by Tim Burton. Melissa McCarthy. Virgo. Idris Alba. That's another thing too. He's a very peculiar type of actor. He's Idris Alba type of movie. Also too, you look at the movie No Good Deed and the movie Obsessed that he was in. You see the Battle of the Sexes thing going on. Also, he was in Star Trek Beyond, where he played a character called Crawl. Very Virgo type character. You know, he was kind of separated and obsessed with, you know, saying getting back to Earth. You see a lot of Idris Alba characters are very Virgo type characters. Colin Firth was very humanitarian. Stephen King, you see the whole Black Gothic thing. Mary Shelley,
Tony,
Frankenstein, Virgo. Jack Black.
What happened?
He's a
Oh, no, I heard you dragging the chair or something.
Virgo. A lot of the roles he
plays. Yeah, I was.
Also, his name is Black. Damon Wayans, his little peculiar type of vibe. I see that. I see the role of Cookie. If you look at Empire, Cookie is a Virgo. I believe she's a Virgo.
Yes, she is a Virgo in real life. Yes, she is.
You see him dressed in all black, talking dirty, talking shit about women and things like that. You know what I'm saying? Battle of Texas, Easy, NWA, Virgo, River Phoenix. The guy who died, got himself killed. He was a very this dude was supposed to be a star. He was and ruined it. He accidentally killed himself.
Carolyn, I'm coming Buffett, right back in, and I'm starting with you.
One of the world's greatest investors.
Wait, Carolyn, I'm a DM you. I'm a DM
Taft, President Taft, who was the fattest president. Also Noriega too.
He's totally finished. Carolyn, please DM me and let me know if your daughter is around, because I want to set it off with that. You guys, I hope you enjoyed part 1 of Virgos. I hope you enjoyed it. Part 2 will be tomorrow because there's so much more. I might start breaking them down smaller just so I can have more content instead of putting so much content on one page. So I may do different sections.
Anna, I didn't see you come in. What's up, sis?
Yeah, she came through the back door. She snuck in.
Hello. How are you?
I'm good.
All right, guys. I will see you guys right back in like 10 minutes. Whoever's for the Nature Nut lovers, not the Zodiac lovers, but for my Nature Nut lovers, I will see you back. Please DM me because I want to start off with you because it's your thing. And then I need Miss Ride and I need Anna Banana's already here, and maybe Dr. Amira will pop in. But you guys, thank you so much for coming in. Hope you
You
enjoyed
still
it.
want me
I
to
heard.
stay on right
Yes,
now,
ma'am.
or you been okay?
Yes, ma'am. And I hope that it's something that you picked up. I hope it's something that you learned, or something about you may want to fix yourself, or you got a little bit more knowledge of Virgo. They're not the most beautiful. I'm gonna purposely play a video so you can hear the difference of a regular person doing Virgo, and you're gonna hear how beautiful you are, and I want you to see why. Maybe I should do it that way. I want you guys to see why I pick certain people, because I need the brutal, honest, good, bad, or ugly, not just a typical stereotype. But I see you guys for part 2 tomorrow, and I'll be back in 10 minutes for the nature nuts. Peace. Thank you.